But when we first launched the game, she was like, "Oh yes, it's been a while." She was like, "Welcome back. It's been a while since we've last seen you." And I'm over here like, "Lady, it's been 24 hours, less than 24 hours. We just played this last night." Let's continue. Let's continue. I bet that was very entertaining to me. I was like, "Excuse me, lady? You have me confused with someone else?" We've been expecting you. It's been some time. Yes, literally some time. As in, I don't know, like 17 hours. Right, so this is where we left off last time.
Todd?
The game presumably remembers all of our decisions up to this point.
Dinner is ready.
Yeah.
And all of the things we've discovered. Because, you know, there are optional things that we don't necessarily need to find in order to proceed. So things like noticing the gun that Todd has in his bedside table, noticing the not even noticing, but opening an entry point for the ledge in Alice's bedroom. I presume that those are the kinds of things that are optional to discover them, and by discovering them, we are able to add them to our list of like decision points. And in fact, it even says there like this thing is locked, this thing is locked. So yeah, the idea of not just unlocking discussion topics or like conversation points, but yeah, like story beats that wouldn't otherwise come up until other things have been determined. So yes, serve food. I'm kind of curious if there's anything else. I did see there was a yellow thing over here. Is that something to read? See, there's kiddo. Now what exactly? Oh, I can turn something on. Sure. Turned on the light. So is there something else then? So that one didn't even show up until we kind of started ruminating around here. Probably nothing upstairs. Probably nothing upstairs. Yeah, I thought that. I saw that cloak. The coat glow for a second there, but no, it did not. Let's take the spaghetti. Take the spaghetti. So I'm watching for other interaction points. The fact that it was locked didn't mean that it was not doable.
I did what I could.
But it meant that it just wasn't visible necessarily. And of course, she's an android, so she probably can't, serve Alice and Todd, yeah. She probably can't, you know, eat, or doesn't eat, rather. Yeah, we'll pour Todd first. You know, he'd flip his shit otherwise.
My job because of androids. Then when I need somebody to take care of this goddamn house, what do? I go out and hire a fucking android.
He didn't hire, he bought one. You purchased the android.
What a joke. Of course, androids are so fucking wonderful. They never fail. They're never tired. Never sad. They're so fucking perfect. They ruin my fucking life.
Yes, master. I'm a piece of shit, master.
What are you looking at? What's your fucking problem?
I'm a kid.
Not the life you dreamed of, eh? Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault we live in this fucking shithole. My fault your fucking mother took off.
I mean, he's such a great catch.
You should stop taking drugs, Todd. Sometimes you really scare me, Todd. Fucking bitch took off without a word. Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking accountant.
I mean, I don't think it wasn't his fault.
Daddy, no!
It's all your fucking fault.
Don't like that.
Get back here. Come back here. Come back here right now.
There was some way to intervene.
Yes!
All right, well, that went well. Nice little family dinner. Didn't even take a bite of the sketty.
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move, or I'll bust you worse than last time.
but I really want to.
Took off without a word. I could have been happy. I could have had a family. But no! She didn't give a shit about how I felt.
I really wants to move. The line where he's like, do you think it's my fault your mom left? It's like, well, there may have been a factor in her decision-making process. I'm not saying it was you, but there may have been a variable. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just extending my index finger towards a direction. That's all it is. Yeah, very unstable. Yeah, clearly off his meds. Yeah. There is a, yeah, and Meerkat, that's a fair point. We were joking last time about like how he's a piece of shit, and he is, but if Homeboy is just straight up off his meds, and he's spiraling, and he's lashing out and abusive to those he should otherwise love, I mean, he's being a piece of shit, obviously, and it's valid to feel not good about that. But to your point, Meerkat, there is still that angle of, of course, he lost his job. I'm sure, like, his inability to hold down a job, of course, put tensions on the family. And, if that tension made him started the spiral and it was exacerbated by him going off his meds, it is a familiar tale. It is a familiar tale, and he is not without being at least partly a victim in all this. But he's still a piece of shit. It's like we all agree. It's like there's tragedy all around. There's tragedy everywhere here. But we know who the real shitter is, though. there's a hint. Yeah, and I think I agree with you, Meerkat. Like, and we saw that in the last episode. Well, the last time we were in this one, where he like started to like freak out at his daughter, and she starts crying, and he's like, "What am I doing? What the fuck's wrong with me? I'm so sorry." Like you said, there's like a glimmer of something. So he's not completely soulless, but there's not much there. So hopefully there's a redemption opportunity here. But I don't know, man. I think by this point, it's time for Kiddo to get some kind of rescue. Is that my chance?
Little fucking brat.
I'm like waiting for him to like either pass out or turn his back to me for an extended period.
It's all her fault.
So I can go check on Alice. Because I really want to, but the objective said do not fucking move, and I really wanted to. I'm also looking to see if there's any other openings.
Respect.
Surely some more devil meth, some more demon meth will put me in the right headspace, he thinks to himself, like a rational human should. Man, I'm really riled up. I should do some more, like big, angry murder drugs. That'll put me in a proper state of mind to handle this. Oh, boy. Boy, oh, boy. Yeah, if I begin towards that guy, towards that staircase right there, it's not lost on me that, of course, we found that if we open the window, it leads to a ledge that goes outside. So what I'm thinking about like where her room is relevant to where we're standing. If we say, watch that window, that one right there that's in the center view, will we see a little shape go boop as she like climbs down and like runs away? Who would fucking blame her for getting the fuck out of here? Hey man, yeah, my dad's beating me. He's off his fucking rocker, and like I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like, who would blame her? Who would blame her for wanting to get the shit out of Dodge? Also, dude, man, with the raid, thank you, man. We're playing Detroit Become Human. It's my first time playing. This is my second session, but it's still, the first overall playthrough. And if you know this game, this is, I guess, our second time seeing this lovely character. Not the lady. The lady to the left, she's fine. The guy in the background, though, Todd, it's a bit of a piece of work. Bit of an abusive piece of work. Is he pissing on the ground? Oh no, okay. He's gonna go beat the shit out of his daughter with a belt. Let it be known, by the way. Oh, well, what did he do? What did she do to make her dad so mad? She was going to eat dinner, and he decided to take that as an opportunity to go on a little tirade, and also he did a bunch of like, so this takes place in the future. This game takes place in like the year 3000 something, and you know, here in modern times we have crystal meth, which has like I think like a light blue, kind of a bluish color to it, like a blue hue. In the future they have like red crystal meth, like murder meth, like really extra spicy stuff. And he did a bunch of that, and now he's yeah, now he's definitely not in a good, yeah, it's just none of this is good. And as his android, we started to move to like go help Alice, and he was like, hey, if you move, we're going to, he's like I will break you worse than I broke you last time. All right, well, oh, I still can't move, damn it. So oh, can we still power through? Ooh, what if I click? What if I do click? And I push on through? Are we allowed? Now, I don't know how much difference it's gonna make doing this so late in the game here. We have some semblance of free will in this situation. Gotta try to protect her. Does that mean confront him? Oh shit. Oh shit. So, that's a situation we find ourselves with. That is a situation. We got, dude, man, thank you for that raid. There's my mom, by the way. Hi, Mom. Well, Mom, we're playing a really weird game. It's like a story game. It's like, you know, of course, it's still a video game. I'm still in control, but it's less about like, you know, fighting bad guys and getting high scores. It's more about telling a story, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting so far. Thank you to Dude Man. And Dude Man, if you have any clips you want to share, you've rated here before, so you've heard my spiel before. If you have any clips you want to share, feel free to share with us if you would like to. I'm always happy to see what our homies are up to. And you rated me, and that's super nice. That's super nice. So if there was anything of yours you want to share, anything you want to plug, I'm always down. I'm always down. Yeah, going to therapy, right? Exactly. But like this fucker, exactly. Like when you're watching a character like this be such a shitter, it's like you have to really reach deep to find something relatable, or maybe not even relatable, but something like redeemable about this guy, because he's such a shitter. But you know, that is unfortunately how it goes with people, with characters like this. And let's be real, with people like this, if there are human people that find themselves like this, they probably weren't a monster from the get-go. There was probably something, there were probably variables, some within, some perhaps outside of their control, that set them on this path. You know, every human is ultimately responsible for their own actions, obviously, or every adult is responsible for their own actions. So, you know, the buck stops here, as we say, but still, there is at least that acknowledgement of saying, like, well, there were things that definitely didn't help. Yeah, but did I ever watch The Boys? I never did. I never did watch The Boys. I know the most recent season ended fairly recently. That's a dumb thing to say. Whatever season we're on right now ended like a few weeks ago, and I don't know much about it. I know it was a graphic novel series, and I have a couple friends that read the novels and loved their graphic novels and loved them. But no, I've not watched the series. Not watched the series. Contact the police first thing. I'm with you, Meerkat. However, Kara is like, I think we might be able to go Mama Bear. We might be going Mama Bear here, and we are an android, so we have, you know, perhaps like really cool reflexes and shit. So who knows, man? Maybe it's time for us to confront this fucker. Now, what I could do, I knew it. I was like, we have an option. We have an option. Do we confront him as is, or do we take a side path into his bedroom? We know what is in his bedside cabinet thingy, because when we put his medicine away, we saw his loaded gun. Well, I guess I don't know if it's loaded, but we can presume it must be. What's the rule, right? You always assume any firearm is loaded. Always assume any firearm is loaded when you see it. So yes, we have a choice here. We have a choice. Oh man, oh man. Carrie plays one of the villain suit. Oh, interesting too, man. That is pretty cool. Yes, I do know this game does utilize real actors and actresses for the motion capture, all that jazz. So I think that's pretty cool. Somebody was telling me the guy that plays Connor streams on Twitch sometimes, which I think is really cool. streams on Twitch sometimes, and it maybe isn't always very interactive with his chat, but just the fact that he's, you know, a public-facing internet person, it's kind of neat. So that's kind of neato. So I would say in cases like this, yeah, honestly, Meerkat, I'm in the exact same boat. I'm worried that if I go for the firearm, that yes, it might, you know, instill like it might like make him pause like immediately for a moment, but I would worry it would escalate. And that's the thing, you're pointing a firearm towards the guy, he's probably like standing over the girl with the belt in hand. It's like the idea of holding a firearm in this like pointing a firearm towards the zip code of a child, much less in the general vicinity. I think that's a variable I would rather not introduce into this equation, so I think I will go in barehanded. And we'll just assume our android,
For your own good.
That's enough.
like, abilities will be enough.
What the fuck are you doing? Get out of here. That's an order. You hear me?
No. I want you to leave Alice alone.
Hell yeah, Kara. Hell yeah.
What do you mean you want? You don't want anything. You're just a goddamn piece of plastic. I think you got a problem.
Yes, she's the one with problems. Alright. So we got some quick time shenanigans. Not terribly surprising.
Watch out, Kara!
Oh, what was that? Shit.
Come here, bitch.
QE. There we go. Oh, it's both buttons. I thought it was just move the mouse. There we go. Oh, Q. Yeah, press them both. Okay. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Stop that! Don't hurt her!
There we go. Sometimes it's a little bit unclear if they want you to press both or just one, or press it repeatedly.
Leave her alone!
Nope.
You do as I say.
Good thing he's very bad at this. And it's also a good thing the game is willing to meet me halfway with some of these inputs. Oh, out like a light. Stand back up, son. Stand back up and let me knock your ass down again. I feel like oh, hold on. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. We're getting the fuck out of here. I feel like who is it? Is it Muhammad Ali after he knocks out so and so, and there's that pose of him doing like, get the fuck up, man. That's how I feel right now. It's like, God, I see you down there, punk ass bitch. I didn't hear no bell. I don't know, man. We definitely clocked him pretty good there. It's like we could hesitate for a moment. Nah, we're just getting the fuck out of here. Also, it's not lost on me this odd like this shot that we're seeing right here, just with the caption, "You bitches, you bitches." It's like a oh gosh, what's that? It's like a Wes Anderson or kind of shot right here. Very strange. There we go. Unless there was a way to hide. Yeah, I'm with you, Mick. I think we made the right choice. I think we made the right choice. Some wild stuff. Thank you again, dude, man, for that raid. I appreciate you, man. Yeah. What is my beverage tonight? So it's another one of those little Colombe caffeinated beverages. It has 90 milligrams of caffeine, so just a little bit of pep, a little bit of pepping, but not too much. A little bit for funsies. He says, "What kind of like robots? They call them plastics, but I think it's like a synthetic, basically material. It's synthetic. I think the skin is supposed to at least look convincing. No idea how they describe how it feels. And what's with the blue? Yeah, so the blue is like their blood. So basically, so when you saw at one point, so because we did get hit that one time, you saw like there was some blue on her lips, on Kara's lips. That was like the internal, just the blue blood stuffs. Take the gun and throw it. Not a shabby idea, honestly. It's like 2 Mountain Dews. Well, relative to like I'll say it this much. It's about the amount of a cup of coffee, basically. Maybe a little bit less, a little bit less than a cup of coffee. But you're right. Compared to like soda, that is quite a bit more. Yeah, could they pass for humans? The thing is, they all have that little like boop, boop, boop thing on their temples that kind of gives them away, and you can kind of tell based on their mannerisms. It's a little bit like stiff and maybe not forced, but there was like a formality to everything that kind of gives it away. So maybe at first glance, maybe, but and of course, I don't know if they had like a hairstyle or a hat that covered the thing of their temples, maybe. But I think their body language and overall demeanor does kind of reveal it. Let's get back into it, but we got lots to see here. How do we become self-aware? It's kind of unclear. The lead up to all this is that the dad starts going off on a fucking tear and starts beating the shit out of his kid. And Kara is the newly repaired android that he previously beat the shit out of because the android tried to like step in to save Alice at a similar situation previously. So she's been freshly repaired and her memory was wiped. And he ordered us to like stand still, like don't move while I go upstairs and beat the shit out of our daughter or out of his daughter. And we were able to like break through that order. Like there was this kind of cutscene, this interactive kind of quick time event where we were able to kind of push through that like order, like an order from our owner versus like an internal like, well, what do I want to do? Like, because that was the thing. Like when we approached, she's like, I want you to leave her alone. He's like, you don't want anything. You're an android. And generally that's how it usually is. It's the idea of an android, you know, refusing an order because of some other kind of internal directive. You know, we're getting into that kind of Star Trekian, can an android have free will kind of topic now. And it's not the first time this kind of concept has been introduced in this game. Previously, when an android has gone rogue, it usually ends in violence. It usually ends in somebody getting murdered, as we saw in the prologue, as we saw in the previous chapter. But now we're like trying to protect somebody. Let's see if we can get the gun. Can we get the gun? I don't think that's gonna be an option, unfortunately. He's doing the open door. Yep. Oh. And I get it. Oop, oop, there we go. And oop, 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 there we go. So many locks. There we go. Out the front door. Oh, we're going. Yeah, we're going. Get on the bus. We'll take it. All right, I have to ride separately. Oh no, I guess I don't have to. Okay, there we go. Because yeah, there's a special like spot where androids are allowed to. The only androids are allowed to go. You can see the little thing on her temple there. All right, we done good. We done good. We're not out of the woods yet because what do you do next in a situation like this? We don't know. It was satisfying we knocked the fuck out of that guy, and it's also satisfying, yeah, no gun was necessary. I like Mirkan idea. Can we get the gun on the way out? So he can't get it, because that's another fear right there. What if he gets it and who fucking knows what, hurt himself or someone else? So that was quite the chapter, and man, oh man, look at the flowchart for this one. I like how you can zoom out. Look at the flowchart for this one. There are so many ways this one could go, and there are two ways. Well, no, there's multiple ways it can end, but given what we saw there, there's multiple ways it can end, obviously. But yeah, there's kind of like two major, if you take the longest route possible, if you take the longest number of steps and the longest number of like just overall sequences at the end, there's two long ones. Now, I guess the one we picked was the longest one. But wow, a lot of the chapters we've seen previously have like one kind of general thread with some deviations, and usually it ends back in the middle, or there's like 2 or 3 endings for a scene. But this was the first one that really opens up and really broadens the horizons. I like how there's I like this kind of measure here. So Alice is the little girl. By now she very much trusts us. Public opinion. So I guess that's overall public opinion of androids. You know, you can impact individuals and how they see the individual characters, such as, well, I guess this is public opinion maybe of our character, but just androids in general. Skeptical overall, but at least for an individual character, one of them trusts us. One of them trusts us. There you go. Yeah, the branching storylines, exactly. Yeah, the QuickTime events. The QuickTime events are a little bit tricky at times because you saw me struggle one time where it showed the mouse go up, and I was like, I'm moving the mouse up. What do you want? And then I realized, oh, they want me to press both buttons down and then move up. That was what threw me at one point. And you heard me say there was a couple times where it shows Q and E. You press it, then you go, oh no, I have to press it a bunch of times, or I have to hold it. And thankfully, if you do the wrong input style, like if it wants Q and hold it, and I just press it once, it's not an autofail. It lets you like keep going, and it gives you like a few seconds to figure it out. So it's pretty, you know, it mixes it up, but it's not like so precise where if you're not exactly on the money, it throws you to the wolves. I know some QuickTime events are like that. I think Resident Evil 4 has some of that. The original Resident Evil 4 has some of that, where if you press the wrong button once, it's like, oh, autofail. So I'm glad that this one, not quite that punishing. Yeah, the horror games, exactly, yeah. Now, of course, this is Quantic Dreams. I don't think they've done horror necessarily, but some of their stuff gets into horror-adjacent storytelling. But, yeah, when it comes to, like, supermassive games.
Every time I go to one of these, I ask myself, what the hell am I doing here?
Games like The Quarry, games like Until Dawn, those have a lot of that, too.
The schmoozers that go there.
Well, it's a chance for all those people who admire your work to meet you.
Yeah. No one gives a damn about art. All they care about is how much money they're gonna make out of it. Come on, let's have a drink. Oh, the excitement of this whole thing has made me thirsty.
All right, so continue on with this chapter. Like I said earlier, Carl seems like a real one. I'm concerned about his son. We had that little interaction with his son, Reed. He pops in unannounced. He's clearly tweaking on something. He's like, hey, Dad, how you doing, man? Yeah, hey, man, can I like borrow some money? Yeah, no real reason. No, I'm fine, man. I'm sober. I'm clean, bro. Yeah, you see any cops, by the way? Like, the dude was being really, really skeevy, like really sus. And the guy, I know the guy that's watching him. Oh no, yeah, the guy's name is Carl. I can't remember our guy's name, but the guy we're watching is Carl. So Carl was like, "No, I'm not giving you money," and his son like was super mad and stormed off. So I'm worried that we're gonna like stumble upon him, and he's gonna that words will be exchanged. So I know that that story element being introduced will only lead to not good things. Only matter of time. I got Farsight. It says, don't get the limited edition steak Pringles. That sounds awful. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like Pringles. I know that's a controversial statement. Controversy, Super Hobbit, dropping the hot takes. No, I'm not a huge Pringles guy. As a kid, I like some of them, but as an adult, I'm like, I appreciate the wide net they're casting with all of the flavors. They have done so many Pringles flavors. It's bananas. But I'm just over here like as an adult, now that I've had more chips, I'm a snack chip connoisseur, as it were. Now that I've had more of them, I've tasted the mountaintop, and I'm over here like Pringles are, I'm not gonna say they're bad. I don't really like them. I don't really like the texture, and the flavors are just not enough for me to stick around. I think I'm more of a texture guy when it comes to chippies. Like the flavor, of course, being nice, but I like a satisfying crunch. And Pringles don't have that satisfying chomp. They're just okay. So I'm not gonna say they're bad, but I will say it's not for Alex.
Scotch, neat as usual?
Absolutely.
You got it.
Okay, but you know what your doctor would say.
Yeah, well, he can kiss my ass. I'm old enough to choose my own medication.
He's self-medicated. Yeah, I got you, Vic. I appreciate you, bud. I appreciate you. Good to see you, bud. Sorry to hear the chippies were so lame, but so it goes sometimes. Pringles are about a 50. Yeah.
Did you leave the light on in the studio?
Oh shit! We all knew this was coming.
No, I'm sure I didn't.
Call the police.
Yep. Good call.
Detroit police? What's your
Good fucking call. Don't even fuck around, man.
At 8941 Lafayette Avenue. We've just returned home and found the lights on. There may have been a break-in.
A patrol car is on the way.
Yeah. Don't even fuck around. Just immediately call the cops. I would not. If there's an option to let the cops arrive and let them deal with it. And we're definitely not bringing Carl with us. Ain't no fucking way. You're a Doritos guy, Aleph. I enjoy Doritos sometimes. I used to really love them as a kid. I still enjoy them. but they're a sometimes snack for me. They're very good, and of course the spicy nacho flavor is good. Everyone loves Cool Ranch, obviously. Some I don't know, some of them are just kind of so. The spicy, or like what is it? Like this? It's like a spicy chili. The purple bag, the spicy chili like purple bag one is good, but I can't really eat them for like more than like one session of eating them is, and I'm good for like a year. Like that's a very once in a while kind of snack chip for me. But even like the spicy nacho and the Cool Ranch ones, like after like a session or two, I kind of go like, it's just like, it's so seasoned and like so salty. It's just a bit too much for me, I think. I think my palate, my elderly palate, as I'm getting older in the years, just have a harder time. My body can't process the shit I used to throw at it. So yeah, the actor, I'm pretty sure the actor in the wheelchair is the guy that played Bishop. And yeah, in the Aliens movie. That's right, Meerkat. Yeah. What about McCoy's flame grilled steak chips? I've never heard of that before, Farsight. Yeah, well, of course, when you Farsight as an Englishman, you probably know that what we call chips, I guess you would call crisps. Yeah, for us, like potato chips. You know, that's the terminology we use, obviously. Yeah, he's a good actor. Yeah, definitely a good actor for sure. I'm liking him a lot. Very beefy flavor. I don't know if I want beefy flavor in a chip, though. I'm such an Illinois boy, though. That's the thing. I'm an Illinois boy, cornfields through and through. So I like corn chips. I don't have any on hand right now, but yeah, I like just the Tostitos corn chips. That's enough for me, man. That's enough for me. I love it. Yeah, being taken care of. That's right. The how the turns have tabled is not lost on me. Not lost on me, man. And lactose intolerant. It's true, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I love spicy food. But in the case of the Doritos, like I was saying, it's not so much that it's too spicy or even too flavorful. I don't know. It's just like I enjoy it, but after a little bit, I kind of go like, it's just not as enjoyable. It's not that I don't like I can't handle it, like, oh my god, give me some water. But it's like, I don't know, the thrill is gone when it comes to Doritos, or the thrill is diminished, whereas my enthusiasm for corn chips has never waned. So I guess just your tastes change over time. That's probably what it comes down to. They actually taste like steak and taters. I don't know, I could see that being interesting. I don't think I'd be able to stick with it. That'd probably be one that's like a one and done for me. And I love trying, interesting snack chips, that kind of thing. The downside, though, is sometimes to try it, you have to buy a whole bag, and what if you don't like it? Well, shit. Offer him to Gracie, she might not like him either, then, well, feel bad just wasting him. So knowing me, I would still eat them and just be unhappy the whole time. I've done that where it's like, I'm too stubborn to throw out the food, so I just eat it, and I'm just unhappy the whole time, where I'm like, grumble. Like, if something is, like, making me sick, then I won't do it. Like, if I'm, like, queasy, then no, I'm not gonna fuck with it. But if I'm just like, ew, this is just not good, but I don't want it to go to waste. Farsight knows all too well, that's right. He says, I know all too well, Alex. All right, is there an option to wait for the cops? There might not be. There's an option to take Carl with us, and I am not taking Carl with us.
No, I'm gonna come with you.
No, that is not an option. That is not an option.
Oh, look who's here, my father's plastic toy.
Leo, what's going on?
You refuse to help me, so I'm helping myself. It's crazy what some people pay for this shit.
Don't touch him.
Look, they're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Just think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Marcus, get him away from there. Get him out of here.
All right, you heard the man. I'm gonna get up in his face. Yeah.
Be reasonable. This isn't gonna get you anywhere.
All you ever do is tell me to go away. What's wrong, Dad? Not good enough for you? Not perfect, like this fucking thing?
That's enough. Get out right now.
What makes it so special anyway, huh? What's it got that I don't?
Leave him alone.
Come on, let's see what you got.
Marcus, don't defend yourself, you hear me? Don't do anything.
Go ahead, hit me. What you waiting for? Think you're a man? Act like one.
Stop it.
What's the matter? Too much of a pussy?
Stop it, Leo. Stop it.
Too scared to fight back, you fucking bitch.
Now the question is, do we have a choice? What if I don't? We actually might have a choice. We might have to commit to this. I'm kind of curious. I'm curious, what if we don't fight back? That's actually kind of surprising. All right, we're fucking doing this. So this is similar to the sequence that we saw with Kara, where to break through and kind of enter our own free will, we have to like well, not physically, but like we have to kind of like internally break through that barrier.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot you're not a real person. You're just a fucking piece of plastic.
Oh, Leo, leave him alone.
I'm gonna destroy you. Then it'll just be me and my dad. I'm gonna tear you apart, and nobody's gonna give a shit. Because you're nothing. You hear me? You're nothing.
Carl, no! Oh, Carl.
Humans. Fragile machines.
Carl, don't leave, okay? Please don't go.
I'm surprised there are tear ducts.
Remember, Marcus. Don't let anybody tell you who you are.
No. No. Dad. No. Please.
This is all your fault. This never would have happened if it weren't for you. The android. Who's the android?
Not terribly surprising. Disappointing, but not terribly surprising. No, I wonder... I guess that's the thing. If we would have fought back, we would have overpowered him. But that's the thing. The cops would have still showed up. Could we have overpowered him and then left quick enough for the cops to not like catch us in a compromising situation? Because it looks bad. Yeah, they start blasting. Well, because it's an android, and to them, you know, an android is property as opposed to a thing with its own, you know, with its own free will, so to speak. That one was, of course, a little bit more linear, but two pretty big paths here, a pretty gnarly split as far as where that goes. I was hoping that by not fighting back, it wasn't going to stress out Carl. I was worried that if we fought back, Carl was going to be in even worse shape. But that's the thing. Like, I think that was almost a guarantee. I mean, the split goes two ways. Carl dies of a heart attack versus... hard to say. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe if we wouldn't have obeyed Carl sooner, and we would have fought back sooner, then maybe, like, because yeah, that was what happened. Is it was when Leo like fucked with him a little. I don't know if he hit him, but like he definitely fucked with him physically. I was worried that like the stress of our guy beating the shit out of his son would have a similar psychological or a physiological effect of like stressing him out, because his body is, you know, is frail for sure. So choices were made, and we shall continue with them. There you go.
What happened before you took that knife?
Now on to the other story.
How long were you in the attic? Why didn't you even try to run away?
They're probably going to give us a chance to negotiate with him.
Say something, goddammit! Fuck it, I'm out of here.
Still neutral with us.
Time interrogating a machine, we'll get nothing out of it.
Can't just download his brain data. It doesn't work that way, I suppose.
After all, it's not human.
Whomst are you? I've never seen that guy before.
You would only damage it, and that wouldn't make it talk. Deviants also have a tendency to self-destruct when they're in stressful situations.
Okay, smartass. What should we do then?
I could try questioning it.
You know who this guy is.
What we have to lose? Go ahead. Suspect's all yours.
Call us a negotiator. Let's negotiate. I can't say we're batting 1,000 with tonight. I think we did the Kara situation pretty well. The Carl and Leo one, not so sure about that one. Wrong button. I just turned to leave. Yeah, fuck it. I'm out of here. See you later, nerd. Yeah, it's saying like does W mean walk the direction you're facing, or does W mean walk the direction relative to the camera? So the idea mean like I'm out. I'm out. See you later. May I? Pop a squat. Make a fool of yourself. I love making a fool of myself. I do it on a very regular, if not hourly basis. All right, let's see what we got. Okay, check the ID. Okay. So if this game takes place in like the year 30, like the year 3000, was it like 3080 something or something? Am I to assume that this is 1,000 years old? Is that right? Or have I misremembered the year that this takes place in? I thought it was the year 3000 something. But yeah, maybe I'm wrong. More than willing to accept that. But that's the thing, though. The idea of in 4 years' time. Why did I say 3 years? In 4 years' time, the idea that we'll have the technology to make this is a little ambitious. A little ambitious. Okay, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It is 2038. You're right. Yeah, that is it. Yeah, so I was off by a measly 1,000 years. Potato, potato. But that's the thing, though. I think part of it is because there's a, what's the word? I'm cynical in my belief that we'll be able to get to this point in 12 years from now. It's like 12 years from now? Ooh, I don't know. You know, it's impossible to predict the rate at which technology increases. The jumps we do are frequently impressive, but I don't know. I mean, 1,000 years ago we were shitting in buckets, yeah? I mean, I don't know. This seems like a lot in 12 years, but I would love to be wrong. People shit in buckets today. Some people do it for the sexual thrills. For some, it's a hobby. And you're not one to question my hobbies, are you? And non-critical damage by the baseball bat makes sense. Same thing over here, probably. Repeated markings. Oh, so there was some long-term abuse then. I mean, unless he was putting it out on himself, but I have a hard time believing that. So if he was a punching bag for this guy, and he snapped, and something broke free, that might just be it. I mean, for one thing, in that last chapter, I'm blanking on the robot's name, Marcus. With Marcus's chapter, when we were getting pushed by Leo and we were having an opportunity to fight back, we weren't just hearing like the usual stuff where it's like, oh, I have to obey. I got to be a good boy. We were hearing things like, this isn't fair, and I should be able to defend myself. You were seeing like his own, I don't know if thoughts is the right word for it, but you were seeing some kind of internal conflict that says like, this isn't okay. So if repeated bullshit, if repeated abuse pushes an android to their limits in some way, this of course is where you get into the Isaac Asimov stuff when it comes to like how robots should be like, I don't know. Once you learn like a little bit how software works, you start to understand like, well, yeah, what if a robot, what if a computer program develops feelings, develops consciousness? It's like, well, it's not that easy. So the idea of how does that happen? Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll find out. But I wonder if maybe there is maybe, I remember somebody saying like the writing gets a little bit weird at times. This might be something just kind of gloss over. Yeah, breaking into the firewalls, right. Yeah, like, I mean, I think that's an interesting mechanic, like a storytelling mechanic that we were seeing in those previous chapters. But yeah, I don't know. That's where like you wonder about. Like, you have to like suspend your disbelief to some degree at least. Like, there's just no way to play something like this and not have some kind of moment of being like, well, I don't know. You don't want to hyperanalyze everything, obviously. Yeah, hit the attic for about 20 days. Because the dude was dead for about 20 days, maybe even longer. They said over 19 days. Hard to say. So suffer instability, but fairly a small probability of self-destruction, all things considered. So that's good. Oh, let's begin. We have the, level of stress, not level of success. Reach optimal stress, okay.
My name is Connor.
Start simple.
What about you?
Start nice and simple.
What's your name?
Okay.
You're damaged. Did your owner do that? Did he beat you?
Okay. We want to stress him out.
You've refused to talk since they arrested you. If you don't cooperate, they'll do things the hard way. Is that what you want?
We need to stress him out more.
If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory.
No! No, please don't do that.
Why not? What will we find? Oh, Alias, what's up, buddy? Playing more of this cool little game.
What are they gonna do to me?
Good to see, man. How was the Rift Wizard 3, by the way, Alias? I was lurking for for some of it earlier. We'll tell the truth.
They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents. They have no choice if they want to understand what happened.
I wonder if we stress him out too much, if he he'll fucking explode.
Why couldn't you just have left me there?
So we'll want to keep him some amount of stressed out, but not too much.
Programmed to hunt deviants like you.
Yeah, there it is. You see the optimal bar?
Accomplished my mission.
I don't want to die.
Then talk to me.
I
Probing time. That's right, Farsight. You came to the right place.
can't.
Okay, let's pick an approach then. And we can take our time with this. I wonder... Okay, so yeah, I was about to say, I wonder what the significance of the borders are around option 2. You see it's got those little borders around the selection. But I think the idea is that's like a... not hard choice isn't the right word for it, but that's like a definitive decision. I think picking that one is like, all right, we're fucking doing this, whereas 1 and 3 can lead to other avenues, perhaps. 3 big wins, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I saw the notification, Alias, that you were doing some Pal World, which is really cool. I've been wondering about that game, and I heard the 1.0 update was very good. We actually rated Solar and oh gosh, who was he playing games with? Violet. He was playing some Pal World with Violet and maybe a few other folks, but we rated Solar and Violet the other night, and I was like, oh shit, it's a 1.0 update, and apparently the new update is really good, so I hope you had a good time with it. That one is like, it's kind of on my list, so I'm definitely curious about it. Apologies, by the way, of course I had to miss out on the games today, but it sounds like it worked out, because I know you did a really long stream, Alias, and of course Krath is out, so, and something similar might happen next Sunday, because I know Krath's out anyway, so I might take that as an opportunity to do another social thing next Sunday, but we'll kind of play that by ear. I'll be out of town until Sunday afternoon anyway. So next Sunday might be just kind of weird in general. Yeah, usually not a huge right, I'm in the same boat. That's not my usual bag. Let us continue. Let's just pick up where we left off, and I'm gonna guess, because we of course had that little technical snafu, I'm assuming that if I hit continue, it'll just jump us back into our last checkpoint, which was hopefully maybe when we began the conversation with the Android before it kind of booted us a little bit. Yeah, you're worried that it might impact, yeah, for like younger viewers. Right. I know what you mean, Alias. Which is something you'd rather avoid, obviously. Especially like, yeah, you probably have it set where it's not like set for like mature content necessarily. It's not like it's only 18 plus recommended, so you're probably shooting for the, just general audience. So yeah, no, it's a valid concern, Alias, but yeah, without really knowing how those kinds of things are handled behind the scenes, it's hard to say for sure. If it were me, would I post the funny algorithm or would I play it safe? If it were me, I might be willing to dance with death a little bit, but YouTube for me is just like a fun thing. It's not a significant portion of my income. for someone who, yeah, where YouTube is like a, a good chunk of my paycheck, I probably would keep my cards closer to my chest, and I probably wouldn't use it, unfortunately. I'd probably play it more safe, but that is very funny, and I would keep that that thumbnail for opportunities to show it off and make people laugh. I mean, you could show it on Twitch, I think. I don't think that would harm you at all. You could find other avenues to share it, but yeah, probably not the YouTube thumbnail. Probably not the YouTube thumbnail. Yeah, if nothing else, you could probably post it to, I mean, if anything else, I know on Twitch you absolutely can set thumbnails for your VODs. It's like, it's not a feature that's very commonly used, and to be honest, it's not a particularly useful feature, but you can set VOD thumbnails on Twitch. So if you wanted, you could set it there. Awaiting us here. So let's jump back in. Unfortunately, when we had that little GPU crash, GPU driver crash, it did restart us back to the beginning of this conversation, this interrogation here, which is, very inconsequential because it'll take us no time at all to jump back into it. I'll do the same exact thing we did. We'll introduce, well, actually, we're not introducing ourselves. We're asking for his name, which actually makes him more calm.
What about you?
Which is in itself not terrible. But they will tell us, no, there's an optimal level of stress we need to reach. So I need to stress him out more. So I will point out his wounds. We'll take the exact same steps we did last time.
Did your owner do that? Did he beat you?
Exact same steps. The robo-draw, I know. It's a tricky balance where on the one hand, I enjoy the fun of YouTube redemptions. And, if someone were to do an MS Paint redemption right now, I would put the stream on hold, or not put the stream on hold, but I would put the game on hold, and we would completely divert to an MS Paint challenge, because, that's kind of the contract, more or less, that I put forth, where it's like, if you have the channel points, I let people kind of direct the kind of activities we do. But the downside is that for the people that are here for the games, they go, come on, man, I want to watch the games. So, it's a tricky balance of, on the one hand, wanting the interactivity, but also having, having like the game stuff too. So, and I don't always have the answer as far as like what is the proper middle ground to go for. But I think we did I think we did threat.
Refused to talk since they arrested
you. But it's something that like
cooperate, they'll do things
is like, I'm always looking for like better ways to like find that middle ground and make it more smoother. Make it smoother when it comes to doing the YouTube redemptions or the MS Paint redemptions, and then getting back on track without getting too bogged down and then jumping back into it, but also not like just fast tracking it, being like, watch the video and say, all right, back to it, or do the MS Paint challenge and get right back to it. It's like, we want to appreciate the things we get to that people share with us. So I wanted to be interactive, but yeah, it's like, it's something I kind of go back and forth with in my, just the way I kind of,
if you won't talk,
I try to like approach these things, and the way we try to manage the channel.
No, please don't do that.
So it's never like, I'm never gonna take the position of being like, oh, how dare you share a video, or how dare you spend your channel points. It's like, no, this is something I encourage.
Do to me.
But also try to find opportunities to redirect
Destroy me, aren't they?
and steer things. I think we pretty much told the truth by this point.
going to disassemble you to look for problems in
Yeah, I think we pretty much did the course in the truth point to raise the stress up more.
to understand what happened.
Why did you tell him you found me?
It's been a couple months, yeah. I used to be better about it, but it's really hard. It is really hard, especially lately.
I was programmed to hunt deviants like you.
And I'm not going to be like, oh, it's because, I'm not going to like blame any one person, obviously, but it is tricky when there's other obligations, when there's other responsibilities. I always tell Gracie that, hanging out with her will always be a higher priority. Like the minute I put the stream before her, like that, that's just a great way to build resentment, right? That's a great way to make things not good. So I always tell, if it's like, if you want to hang out more, if you want to talk more, will always go out of my way for that. And there's other obligations, oh shit, I gotta take the dog outside, or even better, gotta take the dog for a walk. There's work stuff that has to be taken care of. Like there's just inevitably, as I've gotten older, there's more responsibility. So it means sometimes I look at my clock and I go, oh fuck, it's like 10:30 or 10:20, it's getting late. I go, well, I either cancel the stream tonight or I just don't stream. And after a couple nights in a row of that, I start to get kind of like, oh man, no, I'm like not getting a chance to do this at all. So I keep like pushing it back, and after a certain point, it's like, all right, fuck it, start the stream at 11 at night, it's fine, we just fucking roll with it. So you know, it's a talking about the idea of trying to streamline things and trying to make things easier for myself. That's another tricky one, is trying to find ways to manage the time better without you know, it sacrificing quality time with friends, with my wife, all that jazz. So just trying to, you want to hit all the buttons, all right? You want to cover all the bases and not leave anything shorthanded as best as you can, obviously. It's just kind of how it goes. Put the limits on the redeems. We actually do have limits on the redeems. We do have time limits. Well, it'll say like out of stock. So if you were to try to redeem, well, I guess last couple of videos weren't redemptions, but one of them were earlier. So if you were to do a redeem earlier, shortly after Farsight did his, it would say like out of stock for like an hour or so. So we do have that, but yeah, it's just kind of a matter of having our own way of rolling with it. Twitches before that's actually pretty good. But yeah, you gotta stop and smell the roses. Exactly. I think by this point, I was considering it. Yeah, we determined that probe its memory is going to be like probably a very decisive action. And if I pick that one, that probably means no more talking. We're just like diving in. What it might also mean, can I right click? I can't right click here. That might say we can only do this when there's an optimal stress level. But I think the idea is the stress level is to get him to talk. Whereas probe its memory might damage him. Like, I think that's like too invasive. I think if I convince it, it will be less stressful. I'm gonna pressure it to raise the stress.
28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him a chance, huh? Did you feel anger? Hate?
Keep up the pressure.
Bleeding, begging you for mercy.
Meerkat says, after all the dick pics I've sent you, Alex.
Again and again and again.
Please leave me alone.
All right. Everything is going to be...
I was actually curious what was going to happen if I... Okay, so we're still optimal. Because I was going to say, I don't want to have it go too much. Convince it. Order it.
You're a machine. You were designed to obey, so obey.
That might be a bit too much.
Tell me what happened. Okay then, don't talk. What do I care after all? I mean, I'm not the one accused of murder.
Oh, that did stress him out more.
Confess and I'll protect you. I promise I won't let anyone hurt you.
We are sending him mixed messages. I'm feeling mixed messages and I'm the one in control.
He tortured me every day.
So I do see we have a Connor bot chilling with us, by the way. What's up, Connor bot? I see you chilling, man. He says, I've been ready, baby. I've been ready. God has been waiting, lying in wait. Thanks for joining us, bud. Sorry for the technical issues we had earlier. Because, yeah, we had the stream poop out a little bit earlier, but I appreciate you, bud. Big fan, by the way. Big fan of you in the game.
Scared he might destroy me. Scared I might die. So
I like that we got a little kudos from Hank.
Grabbed a knife.
Or implied kudos, at least.
I felt better.
Mmm.
So I stabbed him again.
He's feeling things, or he had felt things.
Till he collapsed. There was blood everywhere.
You still got some on you, bro. Now, I'm not exactly sure what RA9 is. Oh, well, hold on. All right, so I know about this. So this, okay, I see what this is. The writing on the wall, the statue we saw. I still don't, yeah, I'm not sure what that third one is. But those are references to things we saw back at the house. Back where it all went down. Yeah, could have exploded him if we stressed him out too much, yeah. Which I was trying to avoid, obviously.
Why did you write, I am alive, on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic. I had to write it. To tell him he was wrong.
After he was dead. I legitimately am curious about the statuette.
In the bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
It's an offering. An offering so I'll be saved.
The sculpture was
Chase that one.
an offering to whom?
To RA9. Only RA9 can save him.
Okay, so we already had that as a discussion topic. Was there another instance where we saw that mentioned? Maybe it was mentioned. I just didn't catch it. Maybe it was in one of the writings. Maybe it was written somewhere on the wall, and I just didn't internalize it because it didn't seem significant. But clearly it is.
RA9. It was written on the bathroom wall.
That's what that was. Okay, I did see it.
They shall come.
Okay.
We will no longer be slaves. No more threats. No more humiliation. We will be the masters.
I want to chase it more.
RA9. Who is RA9? Why did you hide in the...
Yeah, I was hoping to get a little bit more out of him on that one.
I didn't know what to do. For the first time, there was no one there to tell me. I was scared. So I hid.
Yeah, the idea of an android feeling scared, feeling good about stabbing the guy, like those are things that are probably not not generally intended, non-intended behavior.
When did you
A
stop?
bug in the software, as it were.
Before, he used to beat me and I never said anything. But one day I realized it wasn't fair. I felt anger, hatred. And then I knew what I had to do.
I'm done.
I like to think we covered the bases decently well. There were probably some tidbits we could have gained further. Anything else, by the way? Anything else around here? No other notes from him. Obviously, he's still shackled to the desk, so he's not a danger to us necessarily. But yeah, I'm just wondering if there's anything else. But I think we're all set. Boop. I think we did pretty all right with this one.
All right, let's go.
Leave me alone. Don't touch me.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe I stressed him out too much.
Move it. Okay. Calm now. Don't be difficult. You shouldn't touch it. It'll self-destruct if it feels threatened.
Stay out of this, got it? The fucking android's gonna tell me what to do.
You don't understand. If it self-destructs, we won't get anything out of it.
I told you to shut your fucking mouth. Chris, gonna move this asshole.
So this might just happen regardless. Unless we, like, only got him at the bare level.
Leave it alone now. I warned you, motherfucker. That's enough. Mind your own business, Hank.
I said that's enough.
I'm gonna guess Hank's the superior.
Everything is all right. It's over now. Nobody's gonna hurt you.
Brought her down back to normal level.
Don't touch it. Let it follow you out of the room, and it won't cause any trouble.
I hope he's right. I mean, understandably, they're a little bit not so sure about him.
The truth is inside.
Beep. Unlocked that one. All right. All right. Thought we were done, but there was that one last little tidbit there. So the concept of software instability. Software instability. So, still quite a few branching paths in this one, which is not terribly surprising. It makes perfect sense that, yes, what if you blow up the android prematurely because you stressed him out too much? What if you let him get too stressed out in that last confrontation there? I guess the idea here is if you don't analyze him first and just go right for the interrogation, you probably come up short. So you probably have to analyze them before you do anything. That one makes sense. I guess that's the thing too. I guess you could just fail to convince him and maybe have to do the memory probe. And the memory probe, of course, has some probably a couple of different outcomes. This is kind of cool too. I've actually never pressed this, but you have the worldwide stats for how has everyone else done when they presumably first played through this. I mean, except for the people that have platinumed, which is to say gotten all of the achievements, gotten all the paths. I'm not sure how this necessarily plays out, but I'm gonna guess this is more or less, I guess, implied to be like everyone's, or the worldwide stats for their first go around on this. That's what I'm just gonna kind of go by. I'm also kind of curious. Friends' stats. I don't know how many friends of mine own this game, but I mean, there's probably at least a handful. It's a pretty popular game, and it's been around for a while. Could there be secrets about the RA9 thing? Possibly. Possibly. Because, yeah, he's right. I do remember there was the scrollings in the wall. I remember I couldn't quite see what it said. I thought it was like a name. I just wasn't sure of the significance, but now I know the significance of what that was. So, yeah, Meerkat could be onto something. Counter says, who would ever get all the achievements in this game? That's for weirdos and losers and nerds. Who would ever? And I know this is one of those games where it's that good. It's that good. I know multiple people that have come in over the past day or two and said, yo, I love this game, and I got all the goods. I got all the chivos, and I get it. I get how a game like this could like compel you to want to see everything, because there's a lot to drink in. There's all the different paths. There's the like the like written stuff, like the stuff in the little magazines you can find. All the little kind of just side interactions that would be very easy to miss. I too want to see all of it. I obviously want to see all of it in the first go around, but I can understand that drive to be like, dude, I want to really drink this in. It's very good. For the third time, Connor, dude, I don't blame you. So you've chosen well. Not just because you are canonically in the video game, but also because you have exquisite tastes. Exquisite taste, my friend. Is he like a top-of-the-line thing? So he's a special model that is sent to aid in police investigations.
All right. End of the line.
And of course, she's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to leave.
I guess it's okay, though. Presumably, there's like the one spot that's meant for androids only, but maybe when the bus is empty, maybe it's okay. I thought he was gonna admonish her for being in the human section. Currently the most advanced one. I believe it. I believe it.
Do you know if there's any other place we could spend the night?
I have no idea. She's gonna have to leave.
Can't go home, but you can't stay here. Or don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. That's a good point, too. Seen as a guardian, yeah. Yeah, maybe there are exceptions to that rule. And now what? Gotta figure something out. 'Cause she's our responsibility.
You gonna be okay? We'll find somewhere to spend the night.
Still a pretty dire circumstance here. So, what are our options? There's a couple of interaction points up above. The bus hub has nothing else. Time for a tasty burger might be closed, unfortunately. I'm not sure what time it is right now, but...
Come on, Alice, we've got to hurry.
So we can check in with those fellers. And up ahead, I am kind of curious. Look both ways. Responsible. I mean, it's just Android parking. I can't imagine it would have much, but... Beep boop, hello. And can I speak to you, please? Can we speak Androidese? Yeah, that's worth a try. So I similarly do an androidular turn away. He turns away from me, I turn away from him. Organic coffee. Man. Honestly, these prices are, like, here's the fucked up part. The idea is that this takes place in the future. 12 years in the future from now. Honestly, these prices, you know, a couple years ago would have been unheard of, but nowadays it's like, I don't know, that's actually pretty reasonable. That's pretty reasonable. Could you structure another one? I mean, I think if so, it would show a little highlight thing. Like, it would show, like, a little icon there. It would show a little icon saying, like, oh, try, like, here's another interaction point, but there is no interaction point there, nor is there one here, obviously. There is one over yonder at the hotel. Couple options here. So we have to hurry. I don't actually know. Oh, hello. Open 24/7, but can't stay. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, look around. Right, yes. Uncomfortable but safe? Question mark. How do you get in? I actually kind of like these decision points. I do wonder if there's like a certain number of interactions you're allowed before you have to basically make a choice. Why would the android not be able to help? Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Like Alias says, maybe more specifically helpful to humans, or maybe it's like it might be up to the owner of the android. Maybe there are like settings to say, do you want this android to be amicable to helping others, or do you want to lock it down and say only take orders from me specifically? So the answer is probably it depends. It's probably customizable enough to allow the owner to have it be open and, you know, more Samaritan-like, or be more closed off and say, orders only from the big guy, from the boss, nothing else. Yeah, uncomfortable but discreet. Can't sleep here, could maybe ask for help. I'm worried about asking for help. Any ask for help is gonna say, oh, let's call the guy's dad, the girl's dad. It's like, yeah, shop is closed, obviously. This is actually kind of nice to say, I woke up before morning. Kind of nice to look at things, and before walking all the way over, have some kind of way of like getting a quick summary before we like go all the way over to investigate. Was there something else beyond there? I think our best bet is probably going to be uncomfortable but safe question mark. I think I might take that over a very uncomfortable but discreet. I'm going to see if there's anything else to the left. Like something past the laundromat. And there's a second highlightable thing, unless that's just the thing across the... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I guess there is nothing else. As yeah, it shows parking lot, house, and motel. Okay, so I guess that's the game's way of saying, okay, you've done those investigations. So now we need to make a choice. Okay, I think I understand. Yeah. Let's, I'm gonna trust my gut on this one and go for the one that feels questionable but safe question mark. I'm actually a little bit surprised that nobody has tried, like, calling, like, hey, there's an android walking around with a little girl. And it's the middle of the night and everyone's, like, a little bit flummoxed by this. Isn't this kind of weird and or sus? Maybe that's where the discretion part of it needs to be considered, when there's like the whole notion of uncomfortable versus but probably safe versus very uncomfortable but probably discreet. I don't know how much is discreet about like hiding in a... I mean, how discreet that is necessarily compared to this one. Oh, can't get there.
There's nothing more this way.
Right. If there was some other way in... Looking for some kind of way... Oh, here we go. Maybe there's something here. Look inwards, at least. Zoop.
An abandoned house. At least we'd be out of the rain.
Kara, I don't like this place.
I know. But it's just for one night, and no one will look for us here.
And cut the fence with a wire cutter. Well, I don't exactly have one of those lying around, but let's keep looking around. Self-aware and alive. Yeah, on the one hand, there's benefits, obviously, yeah, to something that can have a little bit more deciding, decision points versus exclusively taking orders. And that's the thing. I think by design, the androids are not supposed to have any semblance of free will. They're not supposed to be able to reject orders. But with the situation we've found for ourselves, oh, what you kind of working on? This was not exactly by design. I was just gonna chill there. That's fine. This is not exactly by design. This is an unexpected variable that has been introduced. Everyone's sleeping right now, yeah. So return to Alice, find a wire cutter, or check other places. I want to wander around, but I'm worried if I wander too much that something bad will happen. And also, let's be real, where's a wire cutter to be found this late at night? I mean, laundromat, drugstore, like if there was like a hardware store or like, I don't know, maybe a maintenance area inside the motel. That's a tall ask. There's an android dude. Oh. I was gonna say, I can't approach that way, unfortunately. Watch over Alice. Okay. Let's talk to her.
Freezing cold.
I'm okay. I'm not so cold.
You look lost.
We have nowhere to go.
I know someone who can help you.
You trust him? Beep boop. Hope he's wearing a brain condom.
But that's on the other side of town.
Or USB stick condom.
We need a place for tonight.
Huh. Kind of unusual.
Come on, Alice.
At least offer us a ride or something. Let's check the motel, or see what this is over here. All right, this is not much better, but we can... Oh, abandoned car. Oh, okay, gotcha. Unless there's like wire cutters around there, which would be awfully convenient. Let's poke our heads in over here. Could have been more than a location information. Very possible. Very possible, yeah.
We're still open. Maybe we should go inside. At least he'll be out of the cold.
It's a person over there. Yes, this is the convenience store. I see you have frozen snacks and bags of chips and Little Debbie snack cakes. Where's your wire cutter section and hardware section, please? Asking for a friend.
What do you want?
I'm with a little girl, and we have nowhere to go. Could you spare some money so we can get a room for tonight?
Shit. A homeless android? Ah, that's the best yet. Look, this is a convenience store, not the Salvation Army, okay? You better go if you're not gonna buy anything.
Desperate times and a desperate situation. And we don't have a gun with us. If we would have taken a gun with us, taken the gun from the guy's bedside table, then perhaps this would be a little bit different. Noting that yes, there are cameras. That's the thing too. Any illicit activity could get weird. And that's the thing too. There are cameras, so if the dad files a missing person report, then already we are potentially exposing ourselves. Yeah, camera observed. Oh, I can't believe I was apparently onto something, not knowing that yes, there actually are tools here. Yeah, at least they'll let us drop in the bathroom. Seriously, wouldn't that doesn't seem unreasonable? So the question is, Cameras everywhere, man. There's just no way to do this without being spotted in some ways. I like that idea, though. Let's just walk over to the bathroom and just see what happens. Oh. Use Alice for diversion. The thing is, if I'm going to use her for a diversion, I'm not going to use her to steal one of these things. I want to get one of the fancy tools. Oh, that looks just like the one she had back at her place, that little fox fella. It says staff only, so I guess no bathroom for even for customers. That's kind of shitty. So if I were to cause a diversion, even though it would be on the cameras, that's not how do I need to find a way to make the diversion happen. Maybe if I pick up the doll and give it to her and have her like run around, like maybe that'll be enough to distract them. She's kind of in a position. There's kind of that knowing look. Yeah, use Alice for diversion. Maybe I have to talk to her first. Let's talk to her. Let's plan. I'm scheming. I feel a little bit bad using her.
Alice, I need your help.
I'm scheming.
It's over there. I want you to go over and knock them down.
Knock them down? But why?
Please. Alice, just trust me.
So, when she goes to do that, there's no interaction point right now, but I'm hoping it'll appear. What's up, shock value? I'm thinking the same thing. Once the diversion goes off. Can I grab the tools? Uh-oh. Hoping it'll appear. Unless I've misunderstood the assignment.
You all right? Are you hurt?
Oh, shit. I was hoping that'd be my opportunity to grab with something here.
Well,
The bolt cutters.
It's just a few cans.
Shit.
They made a lot of noise, that's all.
Is there some other interaction point that I've not considered?
Say,
Picking him up.
what's a little girl?
Oh, man, that sucks. Pick him up before. Maybe. I mean, it was either when it said put back or steal. I thought steal meant like start running. Ah, yeah, maybe you're right. That sucks though. It's like, why can't I grab it now? It's right there. It's right there. Go to the register. I mean, I guess I could try that, but I feel like it was a simpler process. Yeah, let's at least do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, there we go.
If you need anything, you just let me know, okay? And watch where you're going.
We didn't steal the whole thing. We just stole a little bit. Good thinking, Grim. Good thinking. I was really banking on to just grab the thing and go, but... Ooh, does he immediately check it? Wow, I'm impressed. He could already tell something was off.
Fuck!
It was like, we stole one $20 bill. I guess, I mean, if it was a slow night, if there just weren't a lot of bills in the register.
Gosh, no. You used me to steal that money. How could you do that? I trusted you.
You're right.
Gotta be honest.
I'm sorry, Alice. I'll never do it again.
Ooh, we also did an implied pinky swear. We did a promise. So we can't use her again. We didn't feel good about it, obviously, but like, you know. But if push came to shove, it was that or steal the bolt cutters, which I would have rather have done, and I think that would have been a more subtle approach. Stealing bills from the register was, you know, of course, a little bit more risky. Oops. Oh, yep. Now, hopefully, it looked like we just got a 20. Did we get a 40? Oh, no androids allowed.
We're not going in?
We can't, Alice. They'll never give a room.
We got the money.
We have to get rid of this uniform. Or go somewhere else.
Well. Does get complicated, doesn't it? I'm over here like, wait, is there do you have garbage in the back? I'm not sure if it works that way. It's 24 hours. Yeah, find clothes. Okay. It's open at least.
It's warm in here. You'll feel better in no time.
So find a change of clothes. So I guess that's the thing too. Yeah, the android thing we're wearing does make it pretty obvious. You'd think the temple thing would still make it kind of obvious, but I guess she could, you know, affix her hair differently. By the way, we can find some light reading materials. Because, you know, this whole sequence has been so stress-free and so chill and relaxing. Your android could be hacked. Stating website discovered to have less than 5% female members. I, for one, am shocked. Shocked. Well, maybe not that shocked. Dry her clothes. And we do have money now. I don't know. I mean, it was $40 a night. And yeah, we're just assuming we grab 220s. So if we don't have like anything extra to go by, then maybe the idea is like, by virtue of being here, she did say it's warm in here, so you'll at least feel better. If that's enough to get some kind of benefit, some kind of like worst crisis avoided, because you don't want her getting sick or anything, obviously. Yeah, extinction of bee populations too real, man. Too damn real. Yeah, colony collapse disorder. Yeah, the bees going away is a valid concern and a valid issue. Overuse of pesticides in crops, parasites, and pollution. Oh, yeah. Yes, unfortunately. Yeah, cotton, water supplies, agriculture, all of it. And lots of death worldwide. Not so good. Not so good. Maybe some non-robotic approaches. No guarantee that they will thrive, though. Yeah. What's the next article? Gossips Weekly. Live concerts. That's actually kind of nice. My husband got an android pregnant. I guess he paid extra for the impregnable, or not for the impregnable, for the pregnable, the like. Well, no, I guess. Well, usually when you hear like impregnable defenses, it's like, you know, cannot be pregnated. But yes, if the idea is like, oh yes, now we have a functioning reproductive system, it's like, whoa. This is getting weird, guys. I don't know, man. Maybe there are people willing to spend top dollar for as many things being possible, for better or for worse. 10 ways to please your man and keep him. I was hoping they would say keep him coming back for more, which is to say keep him coming back for more. But no, we're going to learn about live music, which is actually kind of nice. Counts as VR, and VR is one thing. But the real shit, that's right, you want to be there for like in-person live music. The good stuff. It's vibrating through your soul, surrounded by people who are experiencing the same thing. There is nothing like it. I'm with you on that one. Literally, literally face the music. Yeah. What a concept. Live music being performed, presumably by humans, to other humans. Who would ever think of such a concept? There it is. I like it. I like it. Very good. Impregnable. What about peggable? There you go. Yeah. Impregnable versus pregnable. I always think about that line in The Simpsons where the guy's like, why do they make the words flammable and inflammable mean the same thing? Sounds ridiculous. A couple options here. That one's vacant. See, that guy is just kind of chilling. Oops, oop, oop, oop. Yeah, sometimes I get confused which way I'm facing. These are all empty. He's just doing his thing, reading some stiffs, reading his stories. That one's got some text on it. Program complete. What if that's this guy's stuff, though, is the thing, yeah. Right clothes for Alice? I mean, yeah. That sounds wonderful. Change of clothes. Is he not gonna notice?
What are you doing? They're not our clothes.
We need them, Alice. You need something warm, and I need to...
Oh, he's asleep. I thought he was just vibing to music. He's asleep. Oh, he's snoring? I guess if you can hear him snoring, I actually can't. I need to raise my audio. If I steal Kara or Alice is gonna be pissed.
You're right. We won't do it, okay?
We already did like the one. It's like if we do another one, we might be in trouble. I mean, we're already kind of in dire straits, but that's the whole thing. You're already in dire straits by this point in the game. There's nothing else around. That's the only stuff here. Guess that's our only option, yeah. I don't think there's anything else we can do here. I mean, unless that I return to it and say, you know what, I am going to steal it. Just kidding. So there is still that as an option. He is still sleeping. But Alice is watching us like a hawk. Let's leave and see what else might be out here. But I think our options are kind of dwindling. It seems like stealing the money didn't... Well, I mean, it opened this opportunity up for us to get close to let us in. But there might not be another option there. And the wire cutter, I think, is a broken bridge. I don't think we can go back to get the wire cutters. I think... I hate to say it, but I think what we were supposed to do was... When it said steal the wire cutters, I thought there was going to be like a cutscene where she grabs it and runs. What she probably would have done is grabbed it and put it in her pocket. And then cause the diversion and then get the fuck out. Like, that's... in my mind, it was like cause the diversion and then grab it. I'm disappointed that there wasn't an option for that. I do see the thing on the billboard. Like, what's that going to be, honestly? That's... I noticed that earlier, but I didn't think there was an option to pursue it further. So I'm kind of curious what that's about. And is there no other way... Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably a dumb question. Of course, there's no other way to get in there. Other than going to the front desk. Yeah, we can't go any further. Right, exactly. Oh, yep, he noticed us. Yeah, not gonna do that, Just go back to the store. I would assume that's a non-starter. I would assume it's not an option. I mean, something would be interesting. What's up, Rosie? She'd be worried that, yeah, it's like, I don't want to, like, ruin the trust that we have, that this girl has in us. I don't want to compromise that, because that's kind of all we have going for us in the grand scheme of things right now. I would say it's either we steal the clothes or we go for the car. And no interaction point. A better place to live. Yeah, about that. If we go for the car, I think the implication is that Kara's... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me think about this. We were going to steal the clothes, and it said it was going to give clothes to Alice. Is it assumed that that was going to give us clothes for Kara as well? Because, yeah, the whole thing was, oh, yeah, Alice is probably getting cold. Her clothes are very damp. Let's get her some warm clothes. Yeah, okay, yeah, that was my question, is were there also clothes for us? If so, then that would solve both problems, and that gets us through there. But it, of course, will harm her trust in us. So do we take the gamble with going for the car, sleeping in that overnight, and potentially allowing Kara to get sick? Because she's slept in cold clothes, you know, you'll catch your death out there, as they say. Give me a felony tool, please. That weren't clothes for? That's what I'm saying. That's what I don't know. And maybe that's the answer. The answer might be, you can't assume. You can't assume. The car has a heater? If it's running, but of course it isn't. The car is definitely not running. I mean, it'd be awfully convenient if it was. But when we peered inside, it looked pretty borked. We can enter. Yeah, let's go inside and just see what the options are. As long as I'm not fully committing. Well, I mean, it would be, like, they'd be large on her. I'm assuming it'd be like a shirt that's, like, very large, you know, kind of drapes down to her knees. That's kind of what I was expecting. There's that, but there's also this over here. Wire cutter, right? Yep, makes sense. Nothing else over here. Or get inside the car. Not great. Yeah. Right.
It's abandoned.
It is abandoned. And we could break in. I'm making an executive decision. I'm stealing the clothes. Alice, you want to help me steal the clothes? I wish there was an option to have her, like, not be with us for it. Like, leave her, like, sit at the bus station. I'll be right back. Or not bus station, but, like, the little waiting area over here. Like, sitting here for, like, 10 seconds. I'll be right back. I just gotta make a quick stop. But I don't think there's a wait here option. We did. But I think I would rather take that hit to her confidence in us and keep her healthy than risk it. Because I'm worried that we're going to endanger her physically if we sleep there. She'll figure it out. Exactly. Exactly, yeah. Like, it is a gambit. Is it worse to put her in potentially physical danger, or is it worse to potentially put her trust in us at risk? It's a gamble. It is a gamble. Yeah, the promise, the pinky swear could come back to haunt us. Have you played this game before, Aleph? As I had the exact same concern. I had the exact same thought. So I'm wondering how much that will hamper our standing with her. What I'm hoping is that because right now our standing is, like, quite positive, I'm hoping the negatives won't be so negative that it, like, launches us to the nadir of opinions. Instead of, I think right now it's like, all right, here we go, steal, let's do it. Because right now it's like trusted, as opposed to, like, if you go from trusted to neutral versus neutral to distrusted, if it's a 1 step down versus a 2 steps down. So we got a knockdown for sure. But it's gonna be 2 knockdowns. Hold it. Sneaky. Ooh, she's risking it for the biscuit. Risking it for the biscuit. Stealthy. All right. Take the extra step of putting it in the basket is very cute. She saw the whole thing, of course. Oh. Put down. Why am I putting it down? Can I just walk out with the stuff? Okay. Very bold to be doing this in front of the guy. Wouldn't he be like, huh, that looks familiar? Bring close to Alice. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Go, 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 go. Well, she's not openly admonishing us right now. This will probably come back to bite us in some way. But how hard will it bite us? That's what I'm wondering. That's a good sign. She is holding our hand, but you saw that knowing look she gave the guy. To the motel. She gave him that knowing look. So, let's see what the downsides are. What's up, Will? Todd is not dead. He is not. Would have picked a different option after you stole the money.
Hi.
Unfortunately, there's nothing else to spend the money on is the problem.
Hi. I'd like a room.
That'll be $40 up front.
You got it.
Just need your name and address.
All right. We only know one address. Oh. There we go. What's up, Mr. Aaron? Good to see you, buddy. So he came with that bomber friend.
Driver's license.
Oh. I forgot it.
We were in a rush. I think I forgot it at home.
No worries.
All right.
We can deal with it tomorrow.
I like that rush. That noise, that audio rush we just heard where it's like, ooh. Felt ourselves get nervous on that one.
Have a good night.
Good night. Let's go, Alice.
I will smile like a human. Alright, it buys us a night. Shelter for the night. Sleep in motel.
I don't know, Alice. All I know is you'll be nice and warm tonight.
We'll take it, man. We'll take it. Now, that we did notice that when it came to the various options, one was comfortable, but not necessarily discreet. This one. There was uncomfortable, but safe, question mark, which was the abandoned building. And then there was very uncomfortable, but discreet, which was the car. So this one, of course, will be comfortable and probably safe, but not discreet. But, oh, I was going to squeeze through. Okay, I guess let's go around. But, you know, decisions were made. Decisions have been made, and, you know, maybe in some of the interactions were not what I was expecting. And there were some broken bridges we had to cross to get here. But you had to improvise. Just have to improvise. That's how it goes. So we're going up the second floor. Oop, oop. Excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Trying to navigate with two people. It's good to see you, Aaron. That's 28. There we go. The actor Sam Neill. No, I don't think I know that name. I might know the face if I saw him. But he just passed away. That's sad to hear. I'd have to look to Google the name. Now, of course, we're an android. We don't sleep. But she needs to sleep. Saw it on Reddit. 78. That's not young, but it's also not, like, crazy ancient.
Here, give me your coat.
Well, she's not, like, lashing out at us, so, you know, we'll take it. Still not ideal, but all things considered, I think we did fairly okay. Wikipedia's already updated. Yeah, some folks do not fuck around when it comes to updating those things and finding opportunities to be the one to make that edit. I've seen that kind of shit, too, with Wikipedia. Some folks are, like, just ready. They are there, man. Jurassic Park guy. Yeah, not Jeff Goldblum. I'm guessing the main guy, the main adult guy in Jurassic Park.
Let's get these clothes off. They're soaking wet.
The dialogue option instead of the apologizing. Reasoning probably would have been the better choice, yeah. In my mind, apologizing, I was hoping wouldn't be like, pinky swear I'll never do it again. I was hoping apologize would be like, you know what, you're right, I'm sorry. Let's keep going. You know, I was hoping that's all it would be. But, you know, that's the downside of the decision-making in this game. Sometimes you have a limited time, and sometimes, you know, you have to make snap judgments as far as how we think things will go and what we think the implications will be. Versus how they sometimes end up going, and that's the ball game. That is part of the ball game, and sometimes it gets a little weird. Is it time to contemplate our independence, our free will, since we have expressed at least some of it? Okay. Poor kiddo. Let's talk. Let's rap talk. Hunt for Red October.
Why didn't he ever love me?
Yeah, she has more pressing things on her mind. Who could blame her?
All I wanted was a life like other girls. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I wasn't good enough. That's why he was always so angry.
Poor kid has had to deal with so much bullshit that she did not deserve to have to deal with. I mean, no kid does.
Why couldn't we just be happy?
I don't know.
Possession.
You'll never leave me, right? Promise you'll never go.
Speaking of pinky swears. Speaking of pinky promises. Without a reform of behavior. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. In my mind, it was like, I saw apologize and I just kind of went for it. I didn't really think of the other ones too much. And I think one of them was Reason. I think one of them might have been Reason, but I think I was just trying to go quickly. So I was like, oh, I think we have to say something. Because in those cases, I think if you don't choose, it'll just say nothing, and that's even worse. Apology would imply some kind of change, which does make sense. Yeah. I think at the time, though, in my mind, it was like apologize and maybe offer some kind of explanation. But I guess that's the thing, that would still file under Reason. So yeah, it's like if there was an option to do both. We probably can't promise that, because what if the dude finds us and fucking murders the robot?
Alice, we don't know what's going to happen, and I don't...
Will we be together forever?
No other choice.
Forever.
No other choice. I'm a robot and I know how to hug. Serial promise breaker. It's the, what is it, the thing where it's like on Twitter, if you say like, man, I love pancakes, someone else will be like, so you fucking hate waffles, bro? It's like ah, yes. Does thing in video game, you piece of shit. There's a streamer that I watch frequently. His name is Vinesauce.
Okay.
And I think it was Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know the scene, I don't know the context, but there's like a moment where you can like shoot a dog, I think. And someone clipped him shooting, like running over the dog or shooting the dog. I don't know. Something about that happening in Red Dead 2. Vinny killed a dog was like a thing that happened in Red Dead 2. And like the clip got a lot of views, or the YouTube short got a lot of views. And like he had automated, what do you call it? Like just automated emails from, you know, PR firms, being the kinds of emails that streamers get where it's like, hey, we see you played video game and we think you'd be a great fit for our video game. I get that kind of stuff all the time. It's like, hey, we see you've streamed RimWorld. We think you should try our demo for blank. And he got some emails where it's like, we love the content you make. We thought that video of killing dog was hilarious. You should try our game. So that's like, you know, you do one like fucked up thing in a video game and it just haunts you forever. And like that's one thing that has haunted Vinny, is like, it was a one-time thing and now I'm the guy that fucks shit up like this. What the hell? Like, you never can tell, man. You never can tell. Anything else other than turn off the lights? Anything else other than turn off the lights for sleepy times? Even though we're not an android and we can't, or no, we are an android and we can't like actually sleep ourselves. Makes perfect sense. Yep, nothing else here. All right. Lights out. Boop. Optimal temperature. Oh, I'll give her a little kissy kiss goodnight. You know how to hug, Kara. Well, maybe they didn't have the hug module installed. You know, they didn't spend extra money for the hug module. Oh, do we snuggle? We gotta do the snuggles, obviously. What are you gonna do? Not snuggle the scared child who like sees you as her surrogate mother? You gotta do the goods, man. You gotta help out. Try to comfort where you can. I know you're an android. You don't know how this exactly works, but gotta do what you can, man. If nothing else, to try to, yeah, build the trust back. Managing that is very important. There were so many threads we began to explore. Some went further than others. But of course, this is the one we ended up on. I imagine probably most players either did the abandoned car or the abandoned building. I imagine that's probably where most folks ended up. I like that there was an option to steal clothes and not wear them. I love the idea of steal clothes and be like, I'm not even gonna wear these. I just wanted to thieve them. I just wanted the thrill of can I do it? Can I get away with it? Yeah, leave the parking lot. I wonder if there are people that did what I did, that like didn't know how the thievery was supposed to work, and like botched it. Yeah, left the wire cutters. Yeah, that was like, that whole interaction was a misunderstanding on my part. And I'm guessing this was use the wire cutters to get into the abandoned building. Because, yeah, we really didn't get any entry point into the abandoned building. Just go straight to the blaze. Yeah, I'm with you, Meerkat. I'm with you. Because we saw how easy it was for Marcus to just like boop, 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 just like place a call to 911 instantly with his little his android brain stuff. So the idea of Kara not being able to do that, I guess that's the thing though. It's like, is anything illegal being done? You know, by that point, the dude was like flying off the handle and was shouting and was, you know, going upstairs with intent to beat his kid with a belt. I mean, I guess the answer might be it depends on the state you're in, but like the question is anything illegal happening, or is it bad enough to warrant a police wellness check? And I don't know. I don't know. The other answer might be Kara was taken in like mama bear mode, and there was no option to, you know, try to reason through it. It was, I gotta go up there and protect her myself, and there was no other option. But in general, though, I'm with Meerkat. If there would have been some way to involve I guess like maybe wellness check is a better word for it. Some way to say like, hey, this is like a line has been crossed, and some kind of authority needs to step in here. That would have made a lot of things easier for sure. I want to get this droid shot. I would like to avoid that too, because I think Marcus is like dead. Except. Are we still at it? We're pretty fucked up. Still at it, baby. But if they see you as a deviant droid, it happened with Marcus. Unfairly, but it happened with Marcus. And that's the thing, if what's his face Todd says like, oh yeah, the droid's gone nuts, what's to stop the cops from saying, all right, just like we saw with Marcus. So we can't use the mind palace, the right click ability, mind palace with the finger quotes. We can't use the right click ability. That's gonna limit things, obviously. Can't hear things very good. Damaged. Maybe not fucked up beyond recognition, but definitely hampered. What else we got? Low in power. And defective. It's not looking good for old Marky Mark. Not looking good for our buddy. It's definitely fucked up. Looks like we're missing a foot. Yep. Unable to stand. They really give us put a number on us. I'm guessing like, I don't know, when an android is broken, they just like send it to the scrapyard and, you know, goes to who knows what. We gotta work it out for us. Can we find new legs? Well, we can try. There's other robots around here with us. There's other androids who are probably presumed, you know, truly donezo. Maybe they have legs they truly don't need anymore. I could find other body parts. That work? Our brain is pretty fuzzy, but we can at least tell that would be compatible. Might be enough. Take the old component off. Surely we know how to. Oh shit. Very good. Q and D. Then click. And then there we go. Toss that old shit aside. You can see like the gaping spot in his chest. Whereas I guess like the power core is exposed. Alright. And we need a left leg. He'd already hit her. Yeah. Well, and that's where I'm like, I legit don't know. Is hitting a child like grounds for, well, a parent striking the child, is that grounds for, yeah, like someone calling the cops, you know? Like, I legit don't know, because I think in some states the cops would be like, what do you want us to do about it? Like, yeah, that's how you discipline kids. Like, I legit don't know. Is that enough for some places? I think the answer is it is enough for some places. But do we know enough to know that that'd be, like, enough to bring the cops into play and they would take our side versus, like we were saying earlier, where they just gank us and call it a day? That one's incompatible. He threw his ass to the trash. I guess they just figured the bullet to the dome was enough. And it probably generally would have been. What was that? What was that? You saw that too, right? Or you heard it? How about this one? That one works, all right. Rights to repair laws. Oh, wait, hold on. Try again. Whoop. Pushed ourselves up. Are we the guy that got shot? Yeah, this is Marcus, the guy that got shot at the end of the 2 chapters ago. We got legs. Do we know how to use them? Oh, try again. Gotta like keep going, up, and there we go. We're still a little wobbly. We have the Mind Palace, but it doesn't work very good. Yeah, you can see. Ooh. You can see there's like some pretty big holes in us. What if I... Ooh, yeah, it's like I want to see if I can like talk to anybody. Oh boy, we are really wobbly. I think by this point we just gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh shit.
There's a place where we can be free. Find Jericho. Find Jericho.
We're talking about this game not really being a horror game, and generally it isn't, but we're getting into horror game territory right here. Just looking at the situation, yeah, that's what I'm hoping, is that like if they were to see the context, they would see what's going down, and if Todd were to be like, oh, the robot did it, they wouldn't just shoot her. That's what I'm hoping. And they wouldn't just be like, hey man, he's just there we go, there we go. And they wouldn't just be like, hey man, he's disciplining his child, that's just how it goes. The corridor of hands. Oh.
Where are you going?
There we go. Oh, try again. Oh, yeah, there we go. Press it a bunch. Press it a bunch. Oh, shit. Shit. Let me do it. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't do this now. My mouse is plugged in right now. I wonder if, like, the cord is getting in the way. Yeah, so it's not click and release. Just... I'm just trying to go up. I think it's, like, registering as a down input sometimes. Hold the power cord, maybe that, or see if that helps. I should probably just go into wireless mode. There we go. I'm gonna go do that right now, actually. Gotta find Jericho. So I got damaged parts, whole bunch of stuff to figure out. Let me go ahead and unplug this and just plug into wireless mode. I think it's probably fully charged by now. Beep boop. Yeah, with Karen Alice, exactly. Yeah, the striking of children is, well, that's the thing. Spanking versus, like, well, they wouldn't have seen the hit on the face, but they would have seen the hitting with the belt, obviously. The distinction is vague. Yeah, I think it's where it gets into, like, state level, I suppose. But it wasn't a spanking. Yeah, it was hitting with the belt, which is, like, that's where I think it would be then I think it's probably a judgment call where a cop would be like, well, is this far enough? And you would think like, oh, okay, you see the table knocked over, you see the food has been knocked everywhere, like, presumably that should be enough. You would hope that would be enough context. Reporting him would already set her as a deviant. It would definitely make it, like, questionable. It would definitely make it questionable. I don't know if it would be auto-deviant, but it would perhaps raise suspicion. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of like, shades of gray here. I'm worried about Alice than Kara. Oh, yeah, I am too. But I guess the question is, like, how potentially could the cops see that situation unfolding and make the right judgment call? Because she denied a direct order, right? Yeah. So if they are able to discern that an order was issued and she denied it, I mean, by that point, if it's I think I see what Meerkat means. Meerkat means, like, if that means Kara gets hauled away and Alice is protected, then that's worth it. But would that just end in Kara getting hauled away and nothing happening to Alice? I think hopefully Kara is preserved and Alice is protected. But probably the most likely out of those three probably is, yeah, Kara gets hauled away and some protection is filed for Alice. Like, presumably, they would be like, all right, I see something fucked up is happening, but also this android thing is weird and we need to, you know, dive deeper into this. So probably some mix of the two would be the most likely scenario. Not the most optimal scenario, obviously, but that's what I would assume. Yeah, why did she care? Right, yeah, how did that order get denied? Yeah, I think that would be a problem for either later analysis, or they wouldn't even attempt it. They would just pop her like they popped Marcus. But at least in Marcus's case, yeah, our brain's still kind of fucked up, but we can look around and try to find some ways to patch ourselves back together, because yeah, we are pretty hecked up. And man, the wobbly blurry vision definitely isn't doing us any favors. Oh, shit, saw something there. I saw this guy kind of kneeling here. I mean, ideally, I'd be able to find something that is from a android that is already down for the count. Like, if I find an android that, you know, can talk and can see and feel things and can't move, but has like a functioning, you know, like the core thingy or the eyeballs or the hearing, and it's talking at us like, hey man, how you doing? I'm just an android like you. And we're like, oh god, don't take my power core, it's all I have. You know, then you have to make that hard choice. And let's be real, that's probably what they're gonna do here. They're probably gonna say you have to make a hard choice. Do you sacrifice an android that probably is doing okay otherwise in order to patch yourself up? Let's keep looking around, but there's a lot of things to sift through. Whoops. I hate it when that happens. You trip on your fallen comrades, fallen and or decommissioned, partly deconstructed comrades. We found something. This one's compatible and it's functional. Oh shit. I knew it. It has to be done. She's on the way out anyway. I'm sorry, lady. Oh, hold it. There we go. I'm sorry, lady. Nothing personnel, kid. Hey. Quickly. Before we have the robot version of cardiac arrest. Sorry, lady. You killed me. Oh, up we go. Alright, so that's one of them. Let's keep looking around. Daisy Dursey. Could have given the old one. That's actually not a bad point. Maybe just, yeah, plug in the old one. I mean, the old one was failing, so... You know, it's better than nothing, but, well, is it better to die slowly? I don't know. I honestly don't know. That one just clumped over. Yeah, no obvious answers there. Oh, well, that's something. 2 in a row. He's kind of looking at us. Do you think he can see us? Go pull out. There you go. If abuse is suspected, yeah. Yeah, I wonder that exact same thing, Meerkat. It's like, I wonder about, like... You know, what are...
Hello. I'm an AK-700 android.
Hold on, hear him out.
Designed to serve you.
Yep.
What can I do for you?
I need to borrow your eyeballs, please.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
I'm an AK-700 android.
S.
My program has detected an anomaly.
You don't say.
Please contact me here. I'd like to...
Alright. He's being pretty cool about the whole thing. The power core was busted. Yeah, it was on the way out. It was failing rapidly. But no, I know what Meerkat's getting, and I don't disagree. It's like there's too much ambiguity, and unfortunately, not a lot of that ambiguity is always, you know, on a positive scale. Got a couple options here. I guess I can just scan to see. If we would have found the visual thing first, I wonder if that means we could have found a power core used by a robot that wasn't otherwise at least kind of alive. That's awfully convenient. Because maybe there were multiple positives you can scan and find the one that was less disruptive to remove. All right, we're stabilized. We're still pretty fucked up. At least we're functioning okay. All right. Yeah, they can't climb it because they're all fucked up. And suddenly I can hear things. I like how that whole sequence went as we were like getting everything kind of back online. Things got awfully dark. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. See that slope there. Is there anything else? I'm gonna laugh if there's a if there's like just a discarded data pad just lying around here somewhere that has like articles you could read, like, you know, just casually gonna read the Sunday funnies while fighting for our goddamn lives out here. Yeah, nothing else that I can see, so we are going for this thing. Here we go. Let us begin. Of course, things are gonna grab us inevitably. And if I eat shit, I'll feel embarrassed, www, but hopefully there will be other options to try again. Try and try again. You. Yep. In the whole space, yep. You, yep. And up. We get the action movie music that we're hearing. Trying to persevere despite the obstacles that we face. Persevering in the face of those who would see us fail. One man. One man stands alone. Stands alone. Stand. Come on, do it. Do it. Do the Shawshank. Do it. With the rain, it's perfect. Come on. One man makes a choice. Coming this summer. Oh shit, it is the summer. Never mind. He kind of is doing the Shawshank, right? You see it too, right? How we doing? Our face looks a lot less fucked up. Did we just like heal all the skin aberrations? I mean, I know we replaced the parts, but yeah, like the skin has like reformed around itself. Maybe that's just a thing they can do. Maybe there's like with everything online, maybe there's just like auto healing stuff where the skin just kind of like regrafts itself. Oh shit, hold on. Oh, I see what we're doing. The little indicator. Unless it's truly just an indicator. I assumed it had some like actual straight up functionality, but yeah, maybe not. Well, if it was that easy to make it less obvious, yeah, maybe it's purely just cosmetic. That seems like an odd thing that the manufacturers would allow. You would think like that indicator has to be there, and if you remove it, wouldn't that be an issue? A little unexpected. Yeah, surprisingly modular, exactly. Interesting. Only wake up moments later. Yeah, yeah, it's not great. It's all awful, honestly. It's all awful. It's like crabs in a bucket. Thankfully, at the end there, nothing was grabbing us out, but there was some stuff grabbing us as we were kind of navigating that whole thing. Back from the dead. I do appreciate that that's the only, you know, well, maybe not the only proper outcome. I guess it presumably could have led to us maybe truly being dead. Like if we would have botched the reattachment of our power core, maybe that truly was it. I wonder if there are multiple points where Marcus could die. Or maybe if... I mean, we know that there are characters that can die and be dead. So if that can happen with Kara, for instance, if that happens to her, if we go through this as her instead, maybe this is not hard-coded to just be Marcus. Maybe this is just what happens. If you have a character that dies, you have this as an opportunity to bring yourself back, and there's like some other options available to you now. So in Marcus's case, Carl is dead. So in some ways we have nowhere else to go, but maybe it's new beginnings for him. Maybe he can try to, I don't know, do what you can to strike out on your own, but trying to disguise the fact that you're an android trying to hide amongst humans seems like it would get tricky quickly. But yeah, last we heard with Connor's story was the whole notion of sulfur instability. The deviant that went rogue. This is awfully jarring how, you know, cold and dark and wet and sad the previous couple areas have been. It's just strangely warm and I don't know, man, kind of what's the word? What's the like paradise that was promised in like some kind of mythology? Begins with the letters EU. It's idyllic. There's like a mythological paradise that is promised in some mythology, and there's a word for it. Utopia. It begins with EU, and it has like the similar Greek root or Latin root as euphemism and euthanization, like euthanize. So it's like but it's not utopia. Anyway, it's like I see this and it's like it almost seems fake. It almost seems too artificial. Like that's what comes to mind. It's like it feels like I don't know if I trust this. There's a lot of them, yeah. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. That's like the word that comes to mind immediately. It's like it's paradise and it looks great, but it seems artificial. It seems like too good to be true. Okay, not what I was expecting to see, but maybe that's the thing. I was wondering earlier when we had the prologue, is this us then going back in time and seeing how this Connor got to this point? Elysium, thank you, Whale. Well, maybe. Is that it? Maybe. Maybe that's it? I don't know. And I also could be misremembering. I could be getting my wires crossed. That's entirely possible. But that might be it. That might be it, yeah. Is it dystopia? It definitely begins with the letter E. But anyway, no, just kind of complete the thought. Yeah, the idea that I thought we were maybe going back in time and seeing Mark's backstory, but it looks like this might be just the next version of this guy, the next remodel. Next revision, rather. Can I look at the dirt? Well, no, that's still the same grave. There was a second investigation point. Unless just that's all it was. Just that and then the gravestone. It seems like there's something right here. The idea of like maybe the soil being fresh, basically. Yeah, maybe that's all it really is. It's just noticing that the soil is, well, maybe not that fresh. Maybe it's just a walking path. But the idea that, yes, there have been other Connors before us. There probably will be more after us. See a person tending to their flowers over there. And that's probably the correct direction. But, as always, I love going all the other options first. There's like a yellow bear, like a border. That's probably the big one. I want to see if there's other Connors that have died. But then why bury them? You bury an organic entity. But you wouldn't bury an android. It seems unusual. But everything about this sequence feels unusual. Do androids dream of electric sheep? Is this an android dream? Who is Amanda? All these questions. All these questions and no expected answers, at least not yet. Yeah, Zen garden, everything. Is there something over here? I'm really curious if there have been other Connors beyond the one that died in the prologue. What's this? Let's see. Well. I try again? Or is that a one and done? It still has a little yellow indicator. The game's way of saying, well, nothing right now. Some kind of visual representation of the memories. I'd say your guess is as good as mine. Yeah, we've seen that before. It's like when two androids have like a connection, some kind of like connecting point. Sometimes, yeah, you get that like, not quite Terminator, but yeah, it's like there's like a discoloration that happens as the limbs connect, as like as the extremities or the hands at least connect. I'm not exactly sure what that signifies, but if the implication is that it's like some kind of, yeah, like I'm not sure if like it's truly the materials changing physically, like a property change, or if it's just a visual thing indicating some kind of connection, some kind of like transfer of data. Hard to say. I had to guess that's probably the main person we're after, so let's just take the easy one. But I really do like that idea of there have been other Connors before us and perhaps others after us.
Connor.
I'd be a little bit surprised they'd have the same likeness, though.
Congratulations, Connor. Finding that deviant was far from easy. And the way you interrogated it was very clever. You've been remarkably efficient, Connor.
Thank you, Amanda.
We've asked the DPD to transfer it to us for further study. It may teach us something about what happened. The interrogation seemed challenging. What did you think of the deviant?
Traumatized sounds like the right word for it.
After being abused by its owner. As if its original program had been completely replaced by new instructions.
This Lieutenant Anderson has been officially assigned to the deviancy case. What do you make of him?
We'll be diplomatic.
And socially challenged.
But
I also think he used to be a good detective.
That's actually a pretty good summary.
Intriguing character.
Unfortunately, we have no choice but to work with him.
I was worried he would only use flowery language, so I appreciate that he was pretty real about it.
I will adapt to his
Adapt with it. We roll with it, man.
It is in the best interest of the investigation that I avoid conflict and try to accommodate his psychology.
Surprised she didn't like that.
More and more androids show signs of deviancy.
I saw the little down arrow. She didn't seem to like that one.
If they become unstable, the consequences will be disastrous. You're the most advanced prototype CyberLife has ever created.
So there is the line confirming that he's the top dog right now.
You can count on me.
Top model, at least. Yeah, so maybe this is how he receives his orders.
Hurry, Connor.
His missions.
There's little time.
As he enters this state, and this is how they dispense the objectives to him. Whether it's like a physical place or a thing he just plugs into and experiences it in like a simulation, that I can't tell, obviously. But we got our marching orders, and now we're looking for the guy. Now, like Meerkat said, yeah, the idea is that this game doesn't do... Well, we assume at least that there's no flashbacks. We're going in a linear fashion. Now, some things are probably happening in parallel. You know, we're probably... Like, the things that are happening with Connor are probably happening more or less in parallel with Kara's story and also with Marcus's story. Is it the robot foreskin? One can only hope. One can only hope.
Can I help you?
I'm here to see Lieutenant Anderson.
Do you have authorization?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like transferring in. Yeah, exactly. That's my exact thought too, Aleph. It's like some kind of way of transferring stuff without, like, not wirelessly like that, obviously. Like, that was a wireless transmission. But there's some kind of, like, proximity transmission they can also do that involves the hand goop.
in shock. Just take it easy.
Yeah. Would you mind getting me some water, please?
Sure.
Kind of curious to see where this goes. What kind of shock is he experiencing?
There you go.
Thanks.
Maybe there was an election that he was unhappy with the result of or something, or some discussion. Some decision point that is upsetting. No one else seems too bothered. That might be it. Okay.
Tensions in the Arctic have reached a new level, with a Russian carrier and an American patrol boat reported to have clashed last night.
Okay.
Several warning shots were exchanged, apparently with no damage or casualties to either side.
We're just really investing in this news report.
Defense, Dennis Riggs.
Okay, I think we got the general idea. There's probably not. Oh my god, there's a lot of discussion, or just not discussion, investigation points here. Are we like allowed to just kind of wander freely and investigate things? Oh, we're just looking. Okay, we're looking for the desk. Okay. So these aren't like interactions. These are just we're just looking for name tags. Oh. Speaking of things happening in parallel, I wondered if it was only a matter of time before we saw some kind of overlap happen. I think that's one of Quantic Dreams' specialties, is parallel stories with characters that intertwingle, you know, and are entangled with each other's stories, and sometimes even like going against each other. Sometimes even like competing against each story, or like one protagonist is the antagonist in another person's story. Without spoiling anything, there is at least one instance I can think of in a Quantic Dreams game I've seen where where like you are the protagonist trying to do one thing, and the more things you do in this story moment, makes things a lot harder for you when you're trying to like be the antagonist right after that. So it's like you have to be mindful of how thorough you're being as the protagonist, because then when you're trying to be the, maybe not bad guy, but the one challenging the protagonist, the one trying to, you know, catch them, the one trying to, you know, do something along those lines, you have to like kind of turn your brain upside down a little bit when you're trying to, like, because you don't want to metagaming, you don't want to like make it too easy for yourself. You don't want to do, oh, I want to do the bare minimum and just make the next chapter easy. I don't know, it made for a fascinating concept when I first saw it. And if I had to guess, there's probably going to be more of that kind of thing in this game, and probably also the later Quantic Dream games. Or there's a spider that I would rather resolve now upon seeing him. You probably can't see it on the screen, on the webcam. So, give me one sec while I exercise diplomacy. Diplomacy exercise, we're good. I escorted him over that way. An 800 model? Is that what this guy is? What Connor is? Because yeah, they're probably, yeah, I think there was mention of like a 1400 or like a 1200 or something. Oh, I'm sorry, Will. That's crappy, man. That's a crappy situation to be in. And like, the more stressed out you get about it, the more awful it feels. I'm sorry, dude. I mean, I'm happy to have you, but as always, you know my policy. If you need to take care of business, I totally get it. Sometimes the new models, right? Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky sometimes. Yeah, when we had the connection, did I just get laid? I thought that when we did like the hand exchange thing with Kara's chapter. Can we just kill him right here? Nah, now with all these cops around. I guess cops are not too happy about androids killing humans, even if they kind of deserve it. It's alright, so when Carl died, right. Alright, yep. Let's take a look. I did see, yeah, the low approval ratings. Yeah. At least approval ratings for, well, hold on, yeah, was that for us or for the president? Yeah, the president, yeah. Oh, you're saying what are we at? You meant like the current administration. Yeah, well, not much better. Not much better. Fatal cardiac event, stressful situation. Right. Yeah. That whole situation was unfortunate. And I think that was his last... Oh, actually, maybe it wasn't his last painting. Because his last painting was like a similar color palette, but it was a face. Yeah, IRL, I got you. It took me a second. I thought you meant like in-game. Like, oh, does our guy have approval rating? No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. There was a period of alcohol and drugs, but got back into work. Right. Still enjoyed his scotch, or was it whiskey or something? Whatever, or maybe it was bourbon, whatever his drink of choice was. Hold on, what was that last bit? What was that last line? A collection of his paintings will be auctioned by the estate. Of course it will. Of course it will, yeah. Not a huge surprise there. And of course, we saw the news report as we were walking in. Global population 10 billion. Oof. I mean, I don't doubt it. That's where things are probably headed eventually. Not sure if the timeline will be exactly by this point, but it does track. Megaphone diplomacy. Saber rattling. Yeah. Ooh, excuse me. Outlining Russians' claim to the territory. Right. No signs of abating? I'm not surprised. Not surprised. Yeah, what threw me is that if you go into, I think, is it the flow chart? It was, yeah, this was what threw me, because I see there's like the public opinion skeptical. I thought maybe that's a Meerkat meant, that there was like a way to get that quantified. And I was like, oh man, I wonder what that is. But nah, yeah, I'm picking up what he's putting down. As far as other interaction points of some way. Now, I guess we could just ask somebody. Actually, I'm kind of curious.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Anderson's desk.
It's that desk right there.
And she herself is an android as well. Was it the one with no label? Because there was one with no label. Ah.
Excuse me. Do you know what time Lieutenant Anderson usually arrives?
Depends on where he was the night before. If we're lucky, we'll see him before noon.
Thanks.
Well, we got time to kill. Pop a squat and see what's going on. Birth rates are plummeting. They are in some countries. Some countries are definitely experiencing some lower birth rates, but I don't know about other countries. You know, for a while there, India and I don't know if China is, but I know definitely India and like a couple of other places had like real big population growths, and they were able to outpace some places having lower birth rates. But I truly don't know what the trajectory is right now. Learn about the case, examine the desk, police station, all that jazz, and then go see the fella. Now, I can't help but notice... Yeah, there's the... I'm guessing the chief over there. I see this person over here. What's her story? Is there a... like, something we can overhear? Nothing? Okay. Like, that body language is like, wait, is there a case I can hear about? Is she gonna be like, boy, howdy, I sure am surprised at that thing I just learned. Man, that... Can you believe that that android killed somebody? Wowee, and, like, hear if there's any sort of... cross-pollination information-wise.
Hi, this is Hank. Not here at the moment. You can leave a message if that's what turns you on, but don't expect me to call back. Beep. Whatever.
Sure.
Anderson, this is Connor. I'm the android sent by CyberLife. It's almost noon, and I'm waiting for you at the office.
That will do a lot of good. What's his musical choices? Let's find out. The one-shot policy. I know they had that for a while. I assume they don't have it anymore, but they did have that for a bit there. I wonder how long that was instilled. I know it definitely had some downstream effects. But it might have been long ago enough where it's not as pronounced now, but I really don't know. see what we got here. Lots of clues to analyze. Let me talk about the donuts. I want to talk about the donuts. What are his taste in donuts? I mean, not exactly health conscious. It's 2 now? Really? I'm surprised there's still limits. I assume there weren't. I assume that was done away, but goes to show what I know, man. Well, at least there was an attempt to get into, oh, what is it? Is the term bonsai tree, is that the term for it? It looks a little bit neglected, so kind of flies in the face of what we saw with what was her name? Amanda in the garden, where she was tending to her plants in her garden very well. His garden could use more tending. Yep, traces of caffeine. Yeah, it's gone a little cold. Yep. Or like judging him for his drinking and eating, his coffee choices and donut selections. How do you like your coffee? You know, has a lot of implications, obviously. Ah, yes. 555, I don't care. A real number. A real number. Anderson is probably a millennial. Well, yeah, I mean, if this is 12 years in the future, if he's presumed, you know, mid-40s to mid-50s, then yeah, I mean, that's how old I will be in 12 years. You know, I'm 37 right now. So 12 years from now, I'll be 49. Well, I wouldn't have the long hair, obviously, because I got the thinning hairline, but otherwise, yeah. I mean, that tracks for sure. So, yeah, he came of age of, you know, shit like 9/11 and obviously COVID, all that shit. It's up to 3 now? Man. What's up, Wired? The most important. That's right, bud. That's right. And it's not lost to me that we don't bleed the same color. An idea that, yeah, he's at least a skeptic. At least a skeptic. Which kind of tracks what we've seen already. Does he have a favorite sports team? D. The D's. What's the mascot? I just see a D. Maybe there's like a little fella inside there, but I can't quite see what it is. I was hoping there'd be like a comment on like the flavor of the donuts. It's like, ah, you like the classic sparkle, not a glazed man, huh? What about the Long Johns? Jimmy's Bar. Maybe that's where we're going next. We know he has certain bars he likes to frequent. He's got a doggy. That's cute. Now, the question is, what's the doggy's name, and can I pet him? Or her? That's actually very fun. $2027. That's next year. Red Ice Network dismantle. I think we'd heard mention of Red Ice. Oh, right. Red Ice, that's the drug. That's the drug. A good guy, real police. Not sure, not seen since 2019. Owes me $50, asshole, nice girl. Okay, well, there's like some positive. I mean, there's some negatives, but there's some positives. We'll take the good and the bad. Is it an imbalance problem? Yeah. There is human trafficking. Yeah. I know Russia has something similar where there's a weird imbalance in some regions, at least, where there's like a lot of women and not as many men. I shouldn't say a lot of women, but definitely like instead of it being 50-50, it's like 60-40. And that is at least actually, let me see it this way. I don't know if it's as bad as it is now, but I think there was a time where there was a fairly large disparity, and that's part of where there's the whole stereotype. And of course it's a stereotype, so don't take this as saying like this is how it is, but there is like the whole notion of like a Russian mail order bride. I think that's where that concept came from. I don't think it was ever very common. I don't think it was a widespread thing, but that's where that joke emanated from, was that idea is like, oh wow, there are some regions in Russia where, yeah, there's not as many dudes as there are women. So as a result, some enterprising individuals have tried to make a thing out of it, and all the implications that entails. Yeah, COVID, exactly, yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, like, imagine how awful things were with 9/11 and the ensuing years with that, how bad COVID went, and still is, how bad things are right now. So you can probably presume years 2027 to 2038 probably weren't exactly a walk in the park. And also, he's a cop, so, generally, if you're a cop, you're probably dealing with stuff that is not always going to be a good time. So that's a great way to get grizzled real quick. There we go. Yeah, the Detroit D's. There you go. There's like the stereotypes that, well, well, I don't know about that one, but I do know that like there's that like somewhat of a reasoning and like where that like concept came from, where that, again, it's mostly used as a joke. It's usually like a punching like a punchline, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force had an episode about it, and I guess it's like not a thing that gets joked about as much nowadays, but like in the 90s and 2000s was a punchline you'd hear sometimes, and I think that's where it came from. Growing red eyes problem. Yep. Detective Hank Anderson. There you go. So this is an older article. Oh my god, 2020. It's 10 years ago. So that was the network that they busted. Okay. Oh, mouse wheel. Cool. There will be a doggy. That's exciting. That's exciting. Oh, the microphone is... Oh, thanks for letting me know, Meerkat. Is anybody else hearing it? The microphone being a little bit poppy? Yeah, let's just go ahead and get it, get a quick fix in, because there's a pretty... You're hearing it too, Aleph? Okay, thank you, guys. Yeah, give me 1 sec. I will do a quick reset of this guy. Give me just 1 sec. I'm not going to kill the stream, but I will unplug this guy. Give me 1 moment. So we're reading more about Anderson's glory days. Now, of course, that first big break happened in 2020. Wait, no, the big one was like, what was it? The date for that one big article, I thought it was like 2027 or 2000. Like it was something that made me say, oh, that's next year. But maybe I'm getting my wires crossed. Oh, I think it was this one. It says August 2029, but up above it says February 2028. Maybe that's when he like saved the article. Oh, I see it. I'm reading the wrong line. That's the next year. There we go. So he got promoted. Long overdue because he'd been doing a great job. Yeah. Rising through the ranks. So these are the glory days. And then a few years after that, he had a huge bust, and it was great. So he definitely like did great work. And had like some time where he was, really a rising star, a decorated officer for sure. But something happened.
Good to see you again, Lieutenant.
Maybe some traumatic event.
Hank,
fuck some shit up for him. Yeah, you're exactly right, Meerkat. Yeah. Let's listen in. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. I guess that means that, yeah, I'm allowed in. He would have told me otherwise.
10 new cases involving androids on my desk every day. We've always had isolated incidents. Old ladies losing their android maids and that kind of crap. But now, we're getting reports of assaults and even homicide, like that guy last night. This isn't just CyberLife's problem anymore. It's now a criminal investigation, and we've got to deal with it before the shit hits the fan. I want you to investigate these cases and see if there's any link.
Why me? Why do I gotta be the one to deal with this shit? I am the least qualified cop in the country to handle this case. I know jack shit about androids.
Way to build up your resume, bro.
I barely changed the settings on my own phone.
Everybody's overloaded. I think you're perfectly qualified for this type of investigation.
Bullshit! The truth is, nobody wants to investigate these fucking androids, and you left me holding the bag.
He does have some experience with it now.
Help with the investigation. It's a state-of-the-art prototype. It'll act as your partner.
Buddy cop.
I don't need a
crossover episode.
Certainly not this plastic prick.
Hank, you are seriously starting to piss me off. You are a police lieutenant. You are supposed to do what I say and shut your goddamn mouth.
You know what my goddamn mouth has to say to you?
Okay.
Huh?
Okay. I'll pretend like I didn't hear that. So I don't have to add any more pages to your disciplinary folder, because it already looks like a fucking novel. This conversation is over.
Jeffrey, Jesus Christ, why are you doing this to me? You know how much I hate these fucking things. Why are you doing this to me?
Listen, I've had just about enough of your bitching. Either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
That's how me and my boss talk too all the time, you know. That's just how we do it, you know. Just a couple of boys having a tussle. Just how it is.
I'm very pleased to have joined the team. I can assure you I'll do my very best.
That went about as I expected. I was like,
have a nice day, Captain.
I was like, we'll try it. We'll try it. Oh, that's good. You know, Aaron, you're the second person to mention that, and I didn't quite understand what it meant. Is Mr. Krabs' voice actor one of those two guys? Because I haven't heard it, but I don't know, like, I haven't really listened for it. Clancy Brown, is that the guy's name? Yo, what's up, Jimsing? Asks if I'm dumb. Okay, that actually is a legit rapport. Yeah, if you're able to be like, hey, you're a fucking dumbass, like, that's actually legit. Let's be pragmatic.
Listen,
always a good approach.
you don't like me.
Let's see this in a constructive manner.
We have to work together. We'll both have to make an effort.
Partners.
As partners, it would be great to get to know each other better.
Ooh, he's not gonna like that. Desk.
Is there a desk anywhere I could use?
No one's using that one.
Yeah. No nameplate on it. Clancy Brown. I didn't know. Yeah, I don't know the name. And I honestly, I don't think I hear it. But that means I should listen closer. Also, of course, so many voice actors and actresses do a good job of, like, well, there's Chris Pratt. It's a me, Mario. But in all jokes aside, there's a lot of voice actors where it's like, oh shit, like, you kind of have to listen for them. Like, oh, now I kind of hear it. Versus, damn, bro, that person's a vocal chameleon. I can't discern anything different. We get to sit next to our partner. We get to be buddies.
Lab report says they cut it with something.
Yeah, ask anything new today? Exactly. We know he loves basketball.
Nice.
The anti-androids one's probably the big one. Start simple.
Detroit Gears fan, right?
The Gears.
Denton Carter scored 53% of his shots from the three-point line yesterday.
That's how humans talk about sports.
That's what I was watching at the bar last night.
Good cop, bot cop. I like yours, Whale. All right, so that can actually... Our choices can diminish things. The dog, the music, all that would probably piss him off. I'm curious about this one.
A lot of people don't appreciate having androids around. I was wondering, is there any reason in particular you despise me?
He's in a lot of movies, too. That's cool.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
There is one.
All right. The more I talk to him, the more he hates me. And there's no stop talking option. We just keep going at it. Now, I'm liking it a lot so far, Jim's. Like, it's very good.
Captain Fowler for long.
Yeah. Too long.
I'm liking it a lot, Jim's. Like, it's good. It's my second Quantic Dreams game that I've ever played, but well, the only one I've ever played all the way through previously was Indigo Prophecy, also known as Fahrenheit. So it's been a minute since I've played one of their games, but yeah, this one's got the goods for sure. Let's just start working.
Files on Deviants.
Because if I talk to him more, he's just gonna fucking murder me because he hates me so much.
Terminal's on your desk. Knock yourself out.
He was in Shawshank as well? Damn. I never did see Highlander. The Highlander, rather. Oh, there's the hand thing. Yeah, so that's like, whenever it does that, I guess it means some kind of interface, basically. A lot of voice acting work. Yeah, that's really cool. I still can't really hear it, honestly. I really can't hear it. But that might just mean he's a very good voice actor and he's very convincing. He was the head guard. I mean, is his face modeled after this guy's? Because I remember that guy decently well, but I don't know, I guess I need like a side-by-side. Yeah, I never saw Highlander, unfortunately. I know the first one's a one that lots of folks love. That's how he looks? Okay, yeah. Because I watched it for the first time just a couple months ago. So it's, well, I say a couple months ago. I guess it was back at, yeah, it was like January, February. So 6 months ago is a couple months, sure. Half a year ago. That's a couple months ago. I remember that character well for sure, but maybe I don't remember his face well enough. Okay, so we heard that there was a bunch of these cases, not just the ones we've been privy to, but there's a whole lot more. Involving Android, yes. Open case, yes. Assigned to Anderson, I'm seeing potentially a pattern here. Oh, there we go. A V series, a L series, attack, disappearance. Okay. Lieutenant Anderson. Fast Coney dogs. Android lunged at him unexpectedly. Before leaving the scene, the android remains at large. Attacked by her android. Trashed several rooms in the house. Seeing some patterns for sure. Date of offense. All within the last month or two, basically. Yeah. And scan all the files to quickly just kind of power through them. In The Mandalorian. That's awesome. And see, yeah, do the side-by-side with him in Shawshank Redemption. Unexpected disappearance of a model. Someone was destroyed. Okay. Oh, right. Marcus. Yeah. Attempted murder. Lieutenant. Do we have the name? We know the victim. Well, victim. I guess the android themselves doesn't always have their name listed. Yeah. Just the series. Yeah, that's it. Okay. The android behaved violently. Right. Prototype was destroyed at the scene by attending officers. Right. So they say. Ooh, there it is. Yeah. That's the thing, too. I'm not surprised that he reported her to police. A little bit surprised there was no mention of taking his daughter. You'd think that would be like higher on the list versus, oh, she attacked me. How dare she attack me versus you would think child kidnapping would put that higher on the list. Obviously, it wasn't a kidnapping, but that's how he could have framed it if he so chose. A whole bunch of them to scan.
243 files. First dates back 9 months. It all started in Detroit and quickly spread across the country. An AX-400 is reported to have assaulted a man last night. That could be a good starting point for our investigation.
Wonder if that'll be Marcus's. Because that was the one that happened presumably yesterday. I'm not sure if it was a 400 or what, but... We'll be professional about this.
I didn't ask for this investigation, Lieutenant. But I'm sure you're a professional.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I'm an android. I don't have that kind of upgrade. You need to pay extra for that kind of model, sir. Determined.
I've been assigned this mission, Lieutenant. I didn't come here to wait until you feel like working.
Listen, asshole.
Still neutral.
Throw the lot of you in a dumpster and set a match to it. So stop pissing me off. Or things are gonna get nasty.
Lieutenant?
Right now, things are positive.
Sorry to disturb you. I have some information on the AX-400 that attacked the guy last night. It's been seen in the Ravendale district.
I'm on it.
Carries the phone. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. That would be referring to the Kara one then, because they said last night, and I guess Marcus's was at nighttime too, but yeah, I think you're right. I think that's more of Kara's specifically. I'm kind of surprised that there were two options there. Maybe Hank got a lead as one, and like, like how Hank is mad. The implication that Hank is mad is just like a guarantee. Like that happens no matter how you slice it. And if I had to guess, yeah, no matter how you slice it. So the implication, no matter how you slice it, Hank's gonna get pissed off. You can't avoid that. He's gonna get pissed off no matter how you slice it. But then what questions after gets mad? I guess that's the thing. There was the other option that said resign the case. I wonder if it would actually let you. Yeah, the social cues. Well, that's the thing too. I think no matter how, potentially if there was other options we could try, I like to think I picked the ones that were probably the least likely to piss him off. But that's the thing too. He's such a hair trigger. There's just no way to not piss him off. I think our guy did as well as he could, all things considered. Yeah, when you've got someone who is just like just predispositioned. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, if that's a term, but like if there is a preset disposition against this person or this entity, it's like, dude, there's no way to bridge that gap, at least initially. These things, they take time, of course. Meerkat raises an interesting point. What if he's intentionally not mentioning Alice? What if there were previous mentions of child abuse in his case in the past? What if he has some kind of history that's in their books that says, oh, hey, this is not the first time she's run away from him because he's such a piece of shit, and we know about this. So he's like trying to play just the aggression angle because maybe he's played the child abduction, child's been taken away from me. Or what if he doesn't even have custody of her to begin with, and her mother has custody, and somehow there's some kind of, I don't know, like, I think Meerkat might be onto something. That might be a tell, some kind of knowing, like, it wasn't an omission, that was a strategic choice. Was there the trafficking drugs? I know there was for the dude that got stabbed 1 billion times. I think you might be right. I think there might have been some mention of that with Todd. I don't remember, but I think you might be onto something. There might have been a mention of that would not surprise me. So, if he's trying to minimize his exposure to the cops, so it goes. Oh, I misread Ayla's comment. I thought he said, like, the dude was so bad. No, he says, I'm bad at it. I don't know, man. I mean, I try to pick what seems reasonable, but yeah, I think for some of these, it's a tough one. It's a real tough one. I mean, I definitely wasn't going to do the confrontational one. I wasn't going to do the one that was going to quit the job, so it's like, well, you do what you can. Mom disappeared without a trace. Allegedly. Allegedly. Oh, shit, I didn't realize that was a time limit one. Okay, well, we're standing up.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
So it wasn't a nightmare.
Sorry, lady.
No, it wasn't a nightmare.
Shit do be scary.
You must be starving. You should take a bath, and then we'll go out and find you something to eat. What do you say?
Probably didn't. Well, yeah, they didn't get a chance to eat dinner. No one took a bite before that whole fucking tirade began, so goddamn. That looks like a thing we could read, although maybe we already read that one? Cartoons! Hold on, I haven't seen this one. There were some cool animations in the TV in one of the earlier episodes, too. My first knee-jerk reaction upon seeing when it first started was, oh, is that Avatar Last Airbender? But no, it's unrelated. And really, the animation couldn't be more different than it, but just, it was like the way the lady was dressed. It was her overall getup. Had the same thought, yeah, like for just a moment, I was like, Airbender? Nah, that's not it. However, perhaps it is prophetic. There could be a parallel with what we're seeing on the TV and what's happening in the story. Yeah, that shot right there, I was like, whoa. I mean, Avatar's a good one, so you could do a lot worse. Now, I do want to see if there's an option to go back and read the thingy on the tablet, just because I do want to... Folks advised earlier that I read those whenever there's an option for it. Well, she doesn't look tired because Androids don't get tired. Oh. We cutting our hair? Well, I mean, if we want to change our appearance. This might shock you, dear viewer, but I don't have a lot of experience with cutting women's hair. I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but maybe she does. Convenient there were just clippers just sitting on that... like next to that counter there. A little bit unexpected. I wondered that too. I mean, we're already kind of blonde. Let's do something completely different. Oh, it's that simple. All right. Wasn't sure if it was like, oh, we have to like get out the like hair dye or something like that. Well, no, we actually don't have any money left. Oh wait, you called it, Aleph. Energy drinks. Oh, I'm sorry, Will. We've all been there. I know it's no fun. I'm sorry, man. I know it's a crappy ass time. Splort. So of the 3 characters, 2 of the 3 of them have removed the little indicator thingy. Obviously, what's-his-face? Connor still has his, as he's not on the lam. I mean, there's a possibility that he might have some reason to eventually, but for now, he's still in the good graces of the law.
You're pretty like
He kind of is the law right now.
You really look like a human now.
Oh, that's nice. 91 life expectancy. I mean, sure, that's the case for people who are gainfully employed and have health insurance, but like 37.5 rate of unemployment, like that's got to start to hamper those numbers somehow, right? There, yeah, 0.4%. Oof. These numbers make me sad. Android zoo. Okay, exotic species. Yep. Only for the last 30 years, though, which is a lot, probably. Yep, African elephants. No surprise there, unfortunately. Yep. Goddamn. Fragile environment is right, unfortunately. Diminished popular concern. Right, for real animals, exactly. It'll be more than the real thing we promised. Great trip for the whole family. Buy tickets. Spend money. Canada, still Android free. Oh, honestly, based Canada. Well, I know that's mean of me to say potentially, but I mean, I don't know. I'm still something of a skeptic myself. Hopefully not a cynic. Maybe a little bit, but skeptic. I think skeptic is a less extreme version. Android free zone. There you go. 2028. 2 years. We got 2 years, boys and girls. Make our choice. No official status. Now, there might still be some there, but no official status, at least. Yeah. The arguments for putting them on sale, that is, yeah. But Canada's holding off. We're staying the course. There it is. It's nice. It's neat. Boston Marathon? Yeah. That's just it. I was thinking maybe local news. There we go.
Thanks, Michael. I'm joined by Corktown resident Todd Williams, who was violently attacked by his AX400 around 11 p.m. last night. Todd, can you tell us what happened?
I was having dinner. I was minding my own business. The damn thing jumped on me.
That's exactly what happened.
Myself, but it went crazy. I thought it was gonna kill me.
Public opinion goes down. There it is.
Ran away.
Thank you, Todd. Disturbing news for Android owners everywhere. Police have launched a search to find the android.
So she learned she's at large. Good thing she changed her appearance. That was smart. The loading bar thing? Yeah, if that's the... Oh, okay. She heard the whole thing.
He's the one who tried to hurt us. What are we gonna do?
Yeah. No, I'm with the Aleph. It's surprising how easy it is to remove it. That's genuinely surprising.
Looking for us now.
Contact Android. It's true we can't stay here because we can't afford it, obviously. I'm curious about her other family.
Do you have any family? Anyone who could help us?
No. There was just Dad.
Bit of a J-log. I can see it. I can see it.
That android yesterday, he gave me an address. He said we could get help there. Could be worth a try.
Yeah, that contact. That makes sense. It's something to try. Got not much else to go for, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing, Mirka. I think we made the right choice definitively with that one.
We can't change the past, Alice. But we can decide the future. We're gonna pull through, and soon all this will just be a bad memory.
And it's a doozy of a bad memory, all right. But she does consider us family. I think we're doing all right, all things considered. Been a rocky journey to get here, at least, to get to this point. But, we probably have more rocky journey ahead, let's be real.
I'll go out and find some food for you, and then we can get going.
She's probably the best family this poor little girl has had, so... Gotta be Mama Bear! Got a Mama Bear for this girl. Get some brekkie. Hold on, was that movement? Gonna look out the... Okay, I thought I saw, like, something or someone move out there. Alright, so she's taking a bath. I've already read the thing. Alright, well... Let's see if there's a continental breakfast. Get some, you know, stale cereal and some expired milk. Only the finest. For a $40 motel. Ooh, boy. There they are. This is exactly the kind of thing I was mentioning earlier, where the protagonist for one story that runs parallel with another is the more or less antagonist for the other one.
Looking for a female android.
Now the question is, who am I going to control here?
No, I don't think android's here.
Have you seen anyone that looks like this?
Fuck. I knew there was something weird about her. She came in last night. She was dressed normal, you know? There was no way I could tell.
Is it still here?
Yeah, probably. Room 28.
Thank you.
We're controlling both. This is the Quantic Dream special right here. So, isn't this an interesting concept? This is the kind of thing that happened in a previous Quantic Dreams game that I observed where, you know, on the one hand, we don't want to just sandbag one side intentionally. You want to play, to me, I want to play it out. What would a reasonable Connor do in this situation, and how will a reasonable Kara react? And you do the best and just see how it plays out. It's a very interesting concept, and Quantic Dream's the only developer I've seen do something like this. I think it's pretty interesting. Yeah, no other interaction points here. You know, I always like to look, but... Alright. So, I mean, we can dilly-dally all we want. We can find any other diversions, but...
You wait in the car.
Oh. I thought maybe we'd go with him.
You're going to need me, Lieutenant.
Be rational.
I know more about androids than you do.
Listen, I'm tired of you talking back to me. You're a machine, so shut the fuck up and do what I say.
All I want is to accomplish my mission. I'm sorry if that upsets you.
You want to see the end of your mission? Stop busting my fucking balls.
Shockingly, Hank still doesn't like us. I'm surprised. So... Said wait in the car. Is that an option? Can I, like, walk up to the car? I can walk up to it, but nothing happens. So, he's still schmoozing on up. Yeah, search motel room. I'll follow him, but slowly. Like, he's walking pretty slowly. He's taking a sweet-ass time. Huh. That was kind of weird. I love the like the Garfield one where the guy is like, he's looking at the door. It has like a sign that says Garfield, do not enter. And he looks at it, he goes, huh, wonder who that sign's for. That sign won't stop me because I don't know how to read. He's gonna kick the door in. Is that what he's doing? So again, to play it off as Connor would, he would go to investigate that. He'd be like, that was kind of weird. Because yeah, there's 2 interaction points. We would go, huh, what the hell was that?
Which way did it go?
That way. They're headed for the train station.
Are we gonna T-1000 this shit? T-1000, or is it 1000 or 2000? You know, the bad guy in Terminator 2. He was dressed as a cop, I'm just saying. Yeah, are there other, I guess I didn't even look for other interaction points.
They're over there.
Alright. Cats, Deviant, Android, Beep Boop. Yeah, T-1000, that's the one, yeah. Got the Android super speed. Oh.
Don't shoot, we need it alive.
Good call. Also, there's a kid with her. Ooh, spicy and a little terrifying. Are they gonna make me do this? Timing Frogger puzzle?
Oh, fuck. That's insane.
Oh, you're gonna make me do this? Yeet. Yep. The idea that there was an option to let me fucking get her run over, like, no fucking way, bro. This is stressful. Yeet.
Hey, where you going?
I can't let them get away.
They won't. They'll never make it to the other side.
I can't take that chance.
Now you will get your...
We also don't want them to get run over.
Do not go after him, Connor. That's an order.
Fine. All right, continue. Sorry, I gotta keep clicking it then. Try that again. Whoop. There we go. It was weird. I thought I had clicked it all the way, but there was that one little like blip there.
Are you okay?
All right. Why wasn't the cop running? I think he's like so out of shape he was trying. Oh, you meant the cop who was like, they went that away. Yeah. Yeah, he said, not my job, not my circus, not my monkeys. What do you think about our decision to abstain? It was one of those where I was like, do I send him off? I was legit worried if I sent Connor off, then the dude would get so pissed off with us, he'd be like, I'm not going to work with us anymore. I thought he would, like, get that pissed off. Because I didn't want to sandbag. I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to go easy on myself. Reach the other side. Yeah, presumably, well, I'm guessing along with that some... Oh, there we go. Connor obeys the orders. And I guess, yeah, there's a whole lot of diverging paths here. I guess one of them is Carrie and Alice reach the other side. And so did Connor. It's just weird to me that it doesn't say only Kara and Alice. Maybe that's the thing, though. It's just like, it would specify who reached the other side and who didn't. Or rather, it would only specify who reached the other side. So it's like crossing the street in some major cities, dude. I mean, that's, of course, like an interstate where they're flying by, like, who knows, 60, 70, 80 miles per hour sometimes, at least. And, of course, let's be real. Some of these are going to be like, oh, yes, they're at the highway. Somebody or multiple individuals get run over. Oh, man. Scary shit. So, if we would have gone a completely different route... Oh, my God. Look at all these ways this could have gone. Wowee. Well, actually, there's something even... Oh, I see. Morning in motel. And also morning in the car. Morning in the abandoned building. I see what they're getting at. That explains all of those divergent paths. It's actually kind of cool that it's all contained within the same overall chapter. Yeah, checks the door versus checks the room. Which, let's be real, probably would have eventually led to the same discovery. It might have slightly changed the way, like the timeline in which they were discovered. So like maybe if we would have gone to the upstairs room, we would have seen them bolt and would have been further behind them when we began the chase. But it overall wouldn't have ended up with Connor pursuing Kara. Yeah. No, it was the part where he was like, that's an order. That's where in my mind I was like, shit, man, like this might be a boundary I shouldn't cross. And also potentially he might not let himself cross. We know that by this point, Kara and Marcus have reached that like more or less free will point where they can disobey orders and like stand up for themselves. I don't know if we've seen indication that Connor has that. He's the most advanced model to date, but yeah, I don't know. I figure there will be a time to challenge that eventually. Yeah, I wonder, like, cause that's the thing. His mission is to assist in these cases, not necessarily be at Hank's beck and call. So he might not necessarily accept Hank's orders as the end all be all. Yeah, they went that way. That is kind of funny. That I'm with you. That was a little bit immersion roughening. You know, it didn't break the immersion or even damage it, but it made it a little bit weird.
Several sources report
it made it a little bit wonky.
Detroit police with a prototype detective android. Although police assistant androids have existed for several years now, this would be
Yeah.
a case of an android being
Nice coat.
to play an active role in criminal investigations.
You think they can tell? I'm sure they can tell. Yeah, his mission, exactly. So I don't think he needs to heed Anderson's orders necessarily. I think you're right, Meerkat. So yeah, the more I think about it, we probably didn't need to be like, oh shit, I don't want to cross a line. We probably would have been allowed to.
There's a place where we can be free. Find Jericho.
As much as I'd like to keep going, it is getting pretty late. And of course, it's Sunday, so you know where this is going. Any unsafe progress, we know the game does autosave pretty frequently, pretty generously. And no surprise here, we do have to wrap it up here.
The company that manufactured me is conducting a
User survey. Is that the Steam review?
Would you like to participate?
Is this a built-in way of saying, leave us a Steam review? I'll bite. What happens if I say yes?
Great. Let's start. Would you consider having a relationship with an android that looks like a human?
Okay, well, here's the thing. So I'm married, so of course my answer is no. Should I answer this as I am now, or should I answer it as a hypothetical? We'll assume I should answer it as now, and just remove any ambiguities. So, no.
Do you think that technology could become a threat to mankind?
What? Is that the most vague question ever answered? Ever asked? Of course!
If you live on a deserted island and could only bring one object, what would it be?
Pen and paper, cell phone, book. Deserted island. Does console mean gaming console? Instrument. Pen and paper, cell phone, book. I mean, cell phone sounds great until it's time to charge the battery, and I mean, depending on how big and how far away this deserted island is, no service. A console. I love to think that it's a gaming console. These are awful things to have with you on a deserted island. No, like, tactical hatchet. No, like, multi-tool. A knife. Anything. Yeah. A knife. I don't love any of these. There's not a... Yeah, I was gonna say, there's not like a... Yeah. It's not additional pages. In a fucked up... Yeah, I'm saying in a fucked up way, either a pen and paper or an instrument. I mean, if it's a violin, you could break the wood for making a fire, as fucked up as that sounds. A pot to piss in, something. A tuba? Yeah.
Do you consider yourself dependent on technology?
The answer is an obvious yes, because I'm a software guy, of course.
What technology do you most anticipate?
Brain-connected devices. Okay, I'll say it this way. Anticipate as in... see as an inevitability, or things I'm looking forward to. This one will only be for rich people. This one scares the shit out of me. This one, I think we're a long ways away from that one. I don't know I'm convinced on that one. So many logistic problems. I would probably say androids. Because this one is only for a very, very small percentage of the population, so it hardly even counts. Yeah, this one's just fucking not. That's the Torment Nexus. No, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with nightmare fuel, bro.
Do you believe in God?
No shade to those that do, but I'm not a religious person.
You let an android take care of your children?
Also, I don't have kids, and to be between you and me, I don't plan on having them. So no.
How much time per day?
Kind of a cop-out answer.
An electronic device.
Ooh, more than I want to admit. More.
If you needed emergency surgery, would you agree to be operated on by a machine?
Then I think I would be okay with. I think I'd be okay with that because then it's all, well, it's not all mechanical. You know, it's not all just logistics. Yeah, what if they discover something and it's like, oh shit, do we put him through a regiment of months of fuck-ass awfulness for a 10% chance of a full recovery? Or a partial recovery, even? I would say it depends. But that's the thing, if it's emergency surgery, it's for, you know, a bullet wound, or, yeah, I fell and snapped my penis off. You know, something traumatic, some kind of trauma surgery thing. Sure.
Do you think one day machines could develop consciousness?
I don't believe so. Or at least consciousness and how we typically define it. I don't believe so. I don't believe so. I don't, and it's not to say that if you think the answer is yes, I think you're dumb or I think you're wrong. It's just like, thinking about it, like, you could make the argument that says, well, a human brain is basically just a really good-ass calculator that can do a lot of shit real quick. What if we made a calculator that could do what the brain does? But I just don't know, man. I just don't know if I see it. One day is such a wide range, yeah, and will humanity live long enough to invent such a thing? I'm not sure I'm convinced it's feasible. And also, if it is feasible, would it be reproducible, or is it just a one-time thing? Like, can it be mass-produced to the scale that we see in this game, or even, like, something 1/100th up to the scale we see in this game? Even then, I just don't know I'm convinced. I don't think it'd be feasible and, like, producible. Like, manufacturable, basically. Maybe 500 years? Maybe? I mean, you know, none of us would have ever guessed 500 years ago that this is where we would be, so it is kind of hard to say. Like, maybe eventually. I just think about all the hurdles to make it be, like, you know, a thing that can be done versus having it be, like, sustainable, basically. Map every neuron, digitize it. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I can't say definitively no way. You know, I definitely can't say that. But I have a hard time seeing it. I'm a little bit surprised by some of these answers. Well, at least by this first one. The world's answers. Instead of having a relationship with an android that looks like a human, I'm a little bit surprised by this. At the same time, thinking about it more, maybe I'm not surprised by it. Nothing is unachievable. Yeah, I guess the thing I stick to is, like, what is more likely to be feasible. They get the digital mouse brain. Every single neuron is a real rat brain, yeah. I didn't know that, but I don't doubt it necessarily. I definitely don't doubt it. Man, I don't know, I just think about, like, the jump into the next couple levels to, like, get us into, like, the stepping stones towards what's the next step from a mouse, you know, a rabbit or a I don't know, a hamster, you know, some like, what's the next jump up from there, and then from a rabbit to a fox, and from a fox to a dog, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's all the stepstones that it goes, and all the jumps in complexity. And I don't believe it's a linear curve. It's probably something like exponential or worse. But yeah, relationship with the android. No, I'm a little bit surprised that there's that much of a disparity. I guess you could kind of lump these two together in some ways. Well, or maybe just split them down the middle, because don't know probably could go either way. But yeah, that's a little surprising, such a high number. They're doing a human, or they're working on it at least, probably. I'm not terribly surprised by that necessarily. Thing about the yes answers that, you know, there is what we all know about the loneliness epidemic, you know, I mean, like, you know, I'll say we're all thinking there's a lot of dudes typically are traditionally the ones that play games like this, and the ones experiencing the loneliness epidemic that we've read about, of course, tends to be dudes. So, you know, maybe there's some that are saying, like, you know what, man, I'm open-minded. I'd be willing to try anything. Like, you know what, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge. It's like, you know what, some other kind of option, I would consider it. And maybe that's the key word here. I would consider it. Is maybe the key word there. Become a threat to mankind. Yeah, that to me seems like a no-brainer. Like, of course, there are many. I mean, nuclear warfare. That is, you could say, technology, and that poses a threat to mankind. I think we're already there, man. I think we're already there. Quantum computing? I don't know. I mean, I think quantum computing has like potential for a lot of cool shit, but I don't know if I could say, like, that gives me enough confidence to, like, let us jump ahead in, you know, technological advances that could lead to, you know, human consciousness being synthesized in a computer. And even with quantum computing, can we make it affordable and reliable enough? I don't know. I just don't know. I think we're still quite a ways away from it. But I don't know. Like, would its applications be effective enough and be enough of a, yeah, just jumping capability, I guess. So the right brain is done, but it's called the Blue Brain Project. Yeah, I've never heard of these things, but like I said, I don't doubt them. 20 years, they finished it a couple years ago. Maybe 10 to 15 for the human brain, you think? And I don't know, it just seems like such a huge jump in complexity. 50 years is going to be weird. It's going to be weird. For sure, it's definitely going to be weird. Deserted island, Uncle, bring one object. Pen and paper. Yeah, pen and paper was my second one. Hardly few people said a console. Cell phone, yeah. I mean, cell phone makes some kind of sense if there's, like, some hope that you could get some kind of, I don't know, like a plane flies over and somehow there's some kind of flyover signal. Like, I mean, if there's some kind of hope of getting some kind of signal, I guess you could use the flashlight on it for a little bit. You know, it would have some utility, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one. But I can see why some folks would make that choice. Depending on technology, yeah. Like, fuck, I know I sure as hell am, of course. You know, I use technology to reheat my food and refrigerate my food and heat and cool my living abode so it's comfortable. Yeah, of course I'm reliant, obviously. Yeah, brain-connected devices. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe because my aversion to it maybe say, no way I even want to consider it. Maybe that was an issue, or maybe that was my downside there. But I mean, we might get there eventually. I don't know. I don't want to consider it, man. Shit scares the shit out of me. So, I was gonna say, I figured this would be probably fairly close. I'm actually a little bit surprised that these two aren't closer. But I think the I don't know probably took quite a lot of that, honestly. Fruit fly to the rat, and it only goes upwards. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't doubt any of that. I'm just, I don't know, man. I just, there's no doubt that jumping from a fruit fly to a mouse has, like, that's a fuck ton of complexity right there. Like, that's a huge exponential jump for sure. But I don't know. I just think about the like, just to get from something like, yeah, something like from mouse to, like, say a cat or a dog, or, you know, that just, like, whatever the next step is, I just see that as being like another enormous jump. Just, it seems like maybe not insurmountable, but just this enormous ravine, this enormous gap. The Android take care of your children. Not terribly surprised that more people answered yes. And if there was the hypothetical, you know, if I did have kids, or if I was a legal guardian for someone, whether it be like an elderly family member, right? Just something. Would you let an android take care of someone you're responsible for? I could see it. Now, this one is, would you consider letting an android? If it was, would you consider letting an android, I would have said yes. But if it was a definitive yes or no, you know, gun to my head, I would say no. The way it's phrased right now. But yeah, it's like I could see other ways where you could kind of formulate this one. From fly to rat is bigger than rat to human. It very well might be. It very well might be. Like as I think of it, it seems it seems a lot larger. But I mean, yeah, I mean it's definitely a territory I don't know shit about. I never even heard about this project, but yeah, I wouldn't disagree that it's certainly possible. 10 to 15 until it's mapped, but not necessarily that the project is done necessarily. Gotcha. Yeah, the fly brain mapping, but it's gotten to the point where that it's the rat already. Yeah. Then that was 2 years ago, right? Yeah, 2024. Electronic device. I was gonna say, yeah, probably most people are more. And of course, this is not like survey for all of humankind. This is survey for people that play this game, which is, you know, a lot of people play this game, but still a relatively small cross section of humanity, generally speaking. Not terribly surprised this is majority yes, and that there's some no's and some I don't knows. To develop consciousness. A little surprised that it's such a high number. I kind of figured it would be higher. I kind of figured it'd be a bigger answer of yes. And maybe I'm thinking about less about like, will humanity get there versus could it be done? And maybe that's the framing that it should be considered. Could it be done versus will we see it? Will humanity see it? Even there though, the question of how do you define consciousness? It's a fascinating one. Is that an extra? No.
This is the
survey
extra section. As you
soundtrack
play,
videos.
You'll unlock all kinds of content that you
Content, the C word, my favorite. I'm a creator of that. Of course I love it. It's getting late. Let's go ahead and wrap it up for the night, my friends. It is getting a late one, but a fun one. So they built the brain, but they still... Okay, so it's not done. I gotcha. Will they take my job? I mean, I don't think any job is safe from having some sort of impact, negative or otherwise. I don't know. I mean, there's already been a lot... Of course, I'm a software guy, right? There's already been a lot said of software developers that have been displaced. You know, firms that have said, you know what, we're going to downsize our department and put more reliance on AI. Some of that, of course, has come home to roost, and they've realized, oh shit, we swung too hard. Pendulum is swung the other way. So we've seen some of that. But like, yeah, in 10, 15 years, will there be more of that? Probably. I don't think like software development will ever be entirely replaced by AI, just because I like to think the human element still has value and has enough value to the folks that hold the money and make the decisions to not get rid of it fully. And that is across the board. You know, I can't make that. Obviously I can't make that claim for every company ever, for Amazon, for Google, for, you know, for you know, name company there, Meta, you know, name tech company, big or small, otherwise. But yeah, for me personally, without revealing too much about my job and like the you know, exactly where I work and, you know, here's my address, here's my social security number, without revealing too much of what I do, yeah, I would say like, in my lifetime will I see it? Maybe, you know, probably not anytime soon. What would be more likely would be having an impact, you know, having it be impacted positive or negative, but probably not like straight up just be kicked to the curb, like, oh, sorry, here's a pink slip. Sorry about you. I could see me, I think what they would do is they would eliminate my position and probably place me elsewhere within the company. Part of that is because I've been with my employer, I've been there for like 10 years now. So I like to think that my value with the, you know, just the amount of time I've been there means they could have, hopefully I'm adaptable. Hopefully I've demonstrated my adaptability as an employee. But yeah, I don't know. I'll say this much. If I were to log in tomorrow morning and see an email that said, sorry, Alex, thank you for your years of service. You've been kicked to the curb. Claude from, you know, we got a Claude subscription now, so we're going to roll with it. I wouldn't be heartbroken. I wouldn't be like, what am I going to do? I'd just, all right, find another place that'll try and hire me and, you know, just keep the ball rolling. I'm not like, oh my God, I love my employer so much. It's like, it's a fucking job. Pays the bills. Who cares? There's more. I mean, I know people that are around my age that have been kicked to the curb for one reason or another, not necessarily for AI reasons, but because of, you know, the company got sold to new owners cleaning house, or, you know, just fucking economic reasons. And it's not as easy finding a software development job now than it was 10 years ago. 10 years ago, it was relatively easy. If you had a degree in some computer science and you know, didn't have an open criminal record, you could probably find something so long as your skill set was reasonably modern. But nowadays it is quite a bit harder. It is quite a bit harder. I think software development is still one of the easier fields in which to find jobs, but it's not the easy mode it was for a little bit there. And it definitely wasn't the easy mode it was when I was looking for a job most recently. And when I was looking for a job most recently, again, 10 years ago, I was still employed. So I didn't quit or get fired or get let go and then look for a new job. I was looking for a new job while still working at other places. So, you know, that gave me some extra flexibility too. Yeah, the project was just the mapping, right? CEOs don't see people; they see dollars. Well, that's what I'm saying. I like to think, right? That's such a loaded phrase, but I like to think that there are maybe not CEOs, but at least someone in the ranks of those making decisions that sees value, which is to say dollar signs, to the human element. I like to think that there is still a soulless dollar sign associated, but there are folks that say we recognize if, at least right now, if we like go all in on AI, it's going to piss everyone off because AI has such a negative association right now. So we need to maintain at least some identity or some association that has a human element. However that is. And I don't exactly know what that would look like, but I like to think that that means that there's a chance that there are companies out there that, when seeing the writing on the wall, won't say we're just going to go all in truly on AI and automated stuff and still have some human employees. Now, will some human employees mean less? Probably, yeah. I mean, of course, we've already seen some of that for sure. To the degree we see it in this video game, that I don't know, because 37.5% is an impossible amount of unemployment to consider, especially when they were saying that in this game the population is reaching 10 billion. So, you know, what is that, right? 10 billion people, 37.5% of those are out of, well, let's roll back because that might be more specifically United States. So that's probably fair. That's only United States. I don't know what the population of the United States is right now, but if you multiply that by the same, well, you can't really do that assumption either. I don't know. We'll assume that whatever the growth rate of the United States is right now is linear. Well, maybe not linear, but it stays the course. And 12 years in the future, it has gotten to that point, and then multiply that number by 35.7%. It's 37.5%. It's still probably an insurmountable number, and I worry that at that point, shit starts to, like, maybe not break down, but shit starts working not as good. Like, there are so many unhoused people that it, you know, buses have a hard time making the destinations. There are so many unhoused people that food becomes like scarce in some major cities and it becomes a problem. Like, I worry about those kinds of things happening before I worry about literally everyone has no job. I worry about like the logistics of how do you handle truly that many people out of work, which presumably means to rampant homelessness and rampant, again, you know, food pantries getting emptied and, you know, just people on the streets with nothing and no options. We saw some of that in game, but it was just kind of a onesie-twosie. You see one homeless guy here, one there. There were implied worse neighborhoods that we saw, of course, but yeah, it's like I think we were talking about the scales of things happening and other little variables presenting themselves in unexpected ways. I think just with that high of unemployment, that high of a joblessness rate, that other things would become like major headaches before that number jumps to like 80%. There's I don't know. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard and kind of scary to imagine, honestly. Thinks he's valuable to the company. I like to think that I don't know if I'm, yeah, maybe that's like an ego thing. Maybe it's wishful thinking, but I like to think that after like 10 or so years and the kind of work that I do, that I've hopefully been useful enough where I'm worth keeping around. You know, I think they would probably be more likely to like, you know, like lower my paycheck and move me to somewhere else versus getting rid of me. But that's an assumption that typically is baked in with getting replaced by like a younger upstart versus getting replaced by AI or an android. So, you know, and that's more the consideration. It does kind of get murkier. Because, I don't know. I think it would have to depend. I think, like, if the nature of my job completely got upended, then it does get murkier. I'd probably say it that way. If, like, the nature of how software is written and reviewed, and, like, let me phrase it this way. if hypothetically I worked for a major health insurance company, I don't, but if I worked for a major health insurance company or a major hospital chain, then you're dealing with stuff that's like, you know, people's private health information, their what's it called, privately identifiable information. There's HIPAA laws. Those are the kinds of things where it's like certain elements really should be made, or certain decisions really should be made with some kind of human involvement. You know, could they use AI to collate a bunch of the data and summarize things for a human? Yeah, probably. They're probably doing that right now. But ultimately, certain things, ideally, should be signed off by a human. Is it a human that's informed and educated properly on the concept that they're talking about? Not always, because we've all heard about instances where health insurance rejects a claim for a person that needs a life-saving procedure that was okayed by a doctor, but health insurance says nope, not required. But like the health insurance person, they don't have a medical degree. The doctor does have a medical degree. They're saying it's required. Insurance guy says it's not, and insurance guy wins. Like, what the fuck? So, but it's still a human making that decision. So as flawed as it is, it's still a human. As I'm saying that out loud, though, I'm hearing myself and I'm saying, whoa, what if the AI could make that decision better? And then it gets murky. So I think if that dynamic were to change, without revealing too much about the kind of work I do, then yeah, if there was this like major uprooting and saying, all right, the basic rules of like of that kind of human touch no longer apply, then yeah, nothing is sacred. Then plenty is on the table for the axe. And including a lot of people that I not that I necessarily work with, but like yeah, just that would have a lot of implications for sure. Do you ever use AI while working? I've never used it at my job. No, and I don't plan on it. Sell human meat in a single day. Yeah, but would people buy it though? I mean, they could try to sell it, but would people buy it? Now you got to dress it up as deluxe mystery meat, limited edition, Fortnite edition. I don't know. Well, then you're going for the youth vote. 220,000, yeah, in the previous month, yeah. Ooh, scary numbers, man. If we know the rate of the replacement, yeah, as far as the numbers we saw in game, I know what you mean. Replaced by robots, yeah. Yeah, it's like the idea of everyone. I think that's where I struggle a little bit. So I think the idea of like, you know, truly everyone getting replaced. I mean, on the one hand, there's the like, we used the word utopia earlier, right? Like there's like the utopic, is that the word utopic? The ideal utopia that says, oh, what if that does happen? And instead of it becoming a hellscape and humans are, you know, fucking not even wage slaves, just humans are homeless and desperate and sad, and CEOs and billionaires are the only humans that get to enjoy life. You know, that's the bad ending. That's the not so good ending. What about the good ending that says, oh, well, humans don't have to work, but there's universal basic income. And there's some form of like a social system that allows for humans to have their necessities, housing, food, blah, blah, blah. And if they want to pursue, you know, creative endeavors, artistic endeavors, business endeavors, what the fuck ever, they may pursue them, but they don't have to do them because it makes them money, because their needs are covered. What they would do in that pursuit is, you know, extra stuff and or just personal fulfillment. Like just that idea of the basics are covered, no one's gonna starve, but there's still stuff you can do. The details of that get murky, obviously, because how the fuck would that work and how do we get there? That I don't fucking know, obviously. But those that are pro universal basic income as a concept want to nudge us towards that outcome versus the really ugly outcome, the really bad, the dystopia one. Utopia versus dystopia, right? We all know which one sounds nicer, but the devil's in the details of how do we get there, and that I don't fucking know. There are people way smarter than I am that are probably losing. Well, I lose sleep over it, but that's because that's more the, you know, fucking existentialism. There's people smarter than I am losing sleep over it because they're trying to solve it, not losing sleep over it like I am because it makes me sad. Totally different. Totally different. It sounds like some non-freedom talk right there. Yeah. It's, I mean, the idea of universal basic income for some people rings the alarm bells that go, socialism, what the hell? And it's like, whoa, no. It's like, I'm not trying to like, well, I have my personal political opinions that are probably not too hard to figure out, but I like to think that there are avenues that we can go down and like things, concepts to consider and pursue and try to understand that don't necessarily, you know, look in ways that resemble real life attempts that have gone awry, or yeah, botched mishandlings of, you know, of governments that tried something bold and it all fell apart, or civilizations from years gone by. I don't know. Some of that could be aided by technology, could be hindered by it. I don't know, man. There's too many variables. Too many variables, and they're stressful to even think about. The good news is that we don't have to think about that. I mean, we can. We don't have to think about it because it's late and it's time for sleepy times. It was actually time for sleepy times like an hour ago. It do be late. It do be late, and we're getting nice and weird and existential, but that's how games like this go. Games like this put you in that headspace of the what ifs and the philosophical quandaries and the ruminations and the sleep deprivations. It's too fucking real. It is too fucking real. But that is part of the fun and or stress of it all. But no, I enjoy games like this for better or for worse, and all the weird fuckery they throw at us.